Hello, Star Josephine. Star Josephine. Mpacho betimi ya maye nyom nanka ya dia twen omo a omo maye na. So bien so.
Sister Doreen, I'm so many my GMT.
Me bacho your order.
But you're so more there.
Nyame adom boko.
And then you say,
Amen. I think that yeah, 19 people on the line in TV Ashasia. Mamuna Akwaba, Eba and Jumaji and the women's ministry and for afternoon program na before I ever Shasia no, I would like say yebe to enyum baako yewia na yama anti Adelaide na wa bompa yama yen nti yebeto hymn numbered 560 say yetu wia na ma Adelaide abo ye opening prayer na ama yen. Sorry, I'll send me shots here for sure. The shadows have vanished and darkness is vanished as forward we travel from light into light. His glory enforces the stars in their courses, the sun is orbit, all begin to shine. The hills and the mountains, the rivers and fountains, the deeps of the ocean, proclaiming divine. We too shall be voicing, our Lord and rejoicing, with glad adoration and song. Let us rise till all things are leaving, united thanksgiving to God in the highest. Hosanna and praise. Amen. Madly.
Amen. Amen. Adi na sufo na nyame awie yi nso yeda wase. Sene de wona modom so ahyira yen. Ohene awie nso wo ma samba be hie mu. Sie ba beti ho no mo asem be ma yen kwa. Enu tie dan doctor ene okunu aba wanim. Se awie de se bia e fata bia ne dim di fama yen. Mene aye tie nso nyese ye tie ne kwa. Na mu yenti ne fama brad be sadwen sakra. Awie de wono mo a bibi nti ontimi ma nyina de omo hye won sasaka ka wonyina adwene. Nyina nti mehie mu. Na se tie na se ye a yenya sase no so ne pa. Eda wase awie o Jesus Christ dim nti amen.
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 And then yeah, very blessed say yeah, God is saying something really important especially in this time battle with COVID-19. In fact, a topic na very relevant. Inti menya jepa say I have the opportunity to introduce very special people leading out in this discussion. In fact, this is my first time at Michelle, but I've heard so many beautiful things about them. Dr. Michael J. Poku and ne wife, Dr. Gladys J. Poku. Now, Omumienu have been very instrumental carrying the health message in the Ghanaian community or North America. Omo are dedicated omo time, omo sika ene, omo ahoden say omo debe spread the health message no ewo yentem said ebeya yebenya apomuden na yetimide asem no akọ baby yenam bia. Now, from what I have, make something small about them. Dr. Michael J. Poku a specialist or a cardiologist, or a cardiac surgeon, and Dr. Gladys J. Poku so a doctor in nutrition. Like she has a PhD in nutrition, and so very learned in this discussion. And omo family no so like they are a family of doctors, because me say omo a son, omo babema ono so doctor, and they have 2 beautiful grandchildren. Indeed, we are very blessed to say omo ape. They are very busy people, but omo ape say omo ni yemba be twetwe enkomo afa how I enhance your immune system. Mean saying Breno, I would leave the floor for Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Ejepoku. Na omoni atwetwenko. Meaning say we are questions ebeba. Semanusia, the next voice that you will hear is from these wonderful people. Doctor, the floor is yours.
Happy Sabbath.
Happy day.
Day.
Happy day.
Happy day.
Then chair free New Mexico. Crawford bring him see at Utah, Salt Lake City. Yet now 25 years. But after ye 2 baby ye ba penyin no one in mano. Bibiani and nana no more per se about close to them. Tia 2 ha. Bears 6 months in say ye New Mexico. Albuquerque. Area Numpodie, Nkrofobe Brinton and Kanda, a very beautiful city, very beautiful state. We shall say Utah Pepe mountains be brave near dear. Just about 1 hour flight from Salt Lake City to Albuquerque. Until Hannah say I walk. There radia si be brave, saya mokayen. Na yenso ye ne mo bedi nkuta ho se de be ya yenso ye be koso asua nneoma bebre be boa yen nti Paul say oh ye yo ka say nya se onu awie peye nti awrade moa yen na within the next couple hours see one moa yen na yensua nneoma bebre de wo pe mo temene but me de me ni ahye awrade nsa say de ope no no na emra out na say de ope say wo interpret message no mount ene kwan ya wo hia sa wo fa so no on fa so awie no bless ye nyina ono de bibia anso ne ye nti ye chia mu nyina doctor anso wo ha kwa me wo bibi kan chia wo mu okay nti topic no mo de man no mo say immunity nti me medical aka kakra na doctor anso de bia beto aso efa all the medications no more immunity no so de abetwaso
Speaker not sentence say how you know okay no man I prominent
Edamasi Enti you can say immunity a say ekwan a wo body no no afa so ebo no ho ban prevent ne ho enuoma ya na eta affecting no bebree infections. So when immunity nya stronger, wunya infection, wunya yare bebree. Inti nneoma ema ye yare no, ebi ye fungus, ebi ye bacteria, ebi ye viruses, ebi nso so ye yare ankasa te say cancer affected the cells of the body no nti edu doctor so no be ba be chire asie ye. Na speaker ne kasa no the introduction ye dana sepa enema okan ye no eye incranshesem na this has boa me ma me call school no PhD no a PhD in nursing nutrition in the University of Ghana Legon na me ba ha no mato aso and research na omo ye no bebre efa enuane ho. But nursing and my free ebra me be krom ha be ye PhD no nti me a nurse by profession na ya me debri bia se nyankopon ma kwan na me tumi e de nneoma kakra wo no nam na dom so a kire me no me ne Ghanaian community no share nti ahombrasie mu na me present nneoma yi a kire mo bebre ebeboa ba me sabri bia na ya ye busy no nti ye tekra na ye refi ti nneoma no bebre wo ho a oma me no mo tashi akwasiara no omo atepen mo wo questions so a wo tro to ho ye wi a be address questions nyina ena nneoma ne bi so wo ho a yes scientific terms in here so de betu trim memia mani akire mu sere be ya ye bete no wonyen aye kasa mu enti ya kasa immune system akire say ekwan a wo de wo bon ho ban say our banner the blanket kata wo ho a ebo wo ho ban from the cold ena wo ton wo pnum na wo de ayi ADT for alarm no be to wo fie na obi bemu na say alarm na wo ho ani nyina ye protection. Immunity a protection against the physical body no and bema wa yare no immunity no na prevent yare. So immunity ye higher ye strong say yare bebre wo ho a intumi mmo na bo wo kra intumi mmo wo nto ho e bo wo to ho so krempo a intumi nkum but immunity ye enya strong ba bibi keto bia na wo yare na wa catch especially coronavirus COVID-19 no e ba ye mwate say nipa no hundreds of thousands ewu baby monso o wa wo yare ba wasan be fienti immunity no na translate into how you're going to deal with diseases. Enti me pamochawo aya mo amukra Bible no obi mfa Job chapter 10 verse 11 ye be kindness say ya no obi nso mfa Isaiah 58 verses 10 to 11 ono so mfa nto ho na ekire ye be kind. Third person nso kind Isaiah chapter 66 Isaiah 66 verse 14 and a fourth person on Proverbs chapter 17 verse 22. Into first one Job chapter 10 verse 11 and no the be kindness is say now omo be kindness no Isaiah 58 verse 10 to 11 Isaiah 66 verse 14 Proverbs chapter 17 verse 22 medamase ebetumi akan no brofo ni twi no anke beboa enti immunity no e kire say yen private bodyguard ayate say we adwuma wo baby na bodyguard no mo gate no obi ba okuratu obi sano anso beba be kum obi a this wadi kan kum bodyguard na ansa eno nti omo no mo prevent yare ahoro a yare ni nyina omo na omo ebo ye ho ban from infection any harmful elements our body no. Enti na me ka se obi nkenkan Job chapter 10 verse 11 emaye.
Job chapter 10 verse 11. I'll say, Mekan or English. I'll say, clothe me with skin and flesh and knit me together with bones and sinews.
Okay. Obi so betumi akenkan ne twi no.
Okay, uma yentie twi no. Job eti edu yimo edu baako. Ose wo de wedie ne nam na ahye me. Na wo de nompe ni intini ewurawura me mu. Amen.
Amen. What say your bones are your defense mechanism. Tie then na bone no a share in the body no inside. Na bone no inside. Ena Job si Nyankopon de abon ho ban. Bone no mo mo share inside no na ye ahobambo ema nipadua no. Nwanwa. Mo hwe say Nyankopon abon yen. Bodyguards na ye fra wo immune system ananso say defense mechanism no bone no mo na ewo wo bone marrow no a first wo ma no mo ye wo Ghana no wo koto enama na enompe no inside no na ye fra ne simple cry echim ehye dompe no inside echim no na e produce immune system no a eboye ho ban ni nyina nanka Nyankopon ma sa process no ba wo honam mu a bibi ketwa bi kan wa nanka aprea ase apone ato a senka immune system no kenya strong ba hu hia nti odi akoshe dompe no emu nti ansa na dompe no immune system no ebetumi aye destroyed no gise wo kum ni padua no eyi dompe no akodompe no inside enti asama America no even though you was scientific process our media confirm say we na create immunity no the whole process was started by God. Enti enye bibia mete hair kam de animunyam ma scientists and answer researchers and answer me am reading research no animunyam ni nyina ehya ase ekonyankopon ho. Amen. Enti imagine say Nyankopon hide the immune system no said de be ya ho entitromanti or the akoshe unompe no eno no oyi na di kire Job bon ho dawuro no yare ahoro a kan ye ni nyina efri two processes enuoma mienu ena ekoso a ema ye yare me pa cho montie ni ye di kan no ye frɛ no oxidation. Minim no brofo, but in here saw the two trim. Cells ye oxidized na ama aye atichma. And also say a ye inflamed, ye friend inflammation. Antioxidation inflammation processes in immune and a koswa emma yare eba. Antiquia ube fast ube reduce inflammation, no remove oxidation no eno na bema wonso kwate apona wo ho aye wodin oxidation no e cause bebre na se wo body na ntumi am fight a ye friend oxidative stress e kire say aso awon aba wo body mo so mo ba be hawa ma wa yare no omo adoso a chen e kwan a wo body no betumi am fight it is oxidative process no very strong and overwhelming and on a man yare and I say inflammation no yet too much for your body na ma yare. Enti the more factors I will be to me and I be to me and fast will be reduce oxidation no and I will reduce inflammation no and no nebe boa ama to me akon yare bia ebe how. Na bone marrow no I can't ye show udompe mo no na ye Sadia noa a hona Nyankopon de immune system no it produce no white blood cells ena e carry sa immune cells si yɛfrɛ wɔn lymphocytes ene phagocytes. Inti bone marrow no produce lymphocytes ne phagocytes. Na lymphocytes no wɔ mu 2 types. Baako yɛ ebi yɛ B cells, ebi so yɛ T cells. Ebi wɔ hɔ a wohu bibi ɛbɛha wɔ ɛbɛmo ayare a na wɔkɔpo no sese ya. Ebi so wɔ hɔ a wɔkɔ a na wɔde create cycle around harmful organism no na absorb na tesa wo body no enyare. Nti nneoma we nyina ye kasa nyina ekoso ewo obia ehonam mu. Lymphocytes ene phagocytes. Lymphocytes ni B cells ni T cells. Baby a ye de sa chemistry no bedru ne ha ye komu biewa ebi ana aye koye confusion amaye. Enti se wo body no face stress body no te ho and as a see our face stress. I was a body no to me dealing with stress no. Now stress now overcome one yare no. Stress no produce hormones so be a friend of stress hormones. Te say corticosteroids. And also mom fan to mutrim. Oh dear, imagine say o body no face stress. I wanna brain I can say, hey, stress say ba jatebi ba dem ha and also say bibi ebo mi hu and also say mi mrimu aye dry dia ma menya temperature bibi aye stressful for the body no brain no generate stress hormones or generate into the blood circulation na wha body na hu say oh ye face stress mo me enkoku enti sa stress hormones no brain no generate into the blood system no more. Now suppress immunity because who be a threat into or fight it. Into perceive our body no and go through stress. Because go through stress and no now fe a suppress immunity no be a bit to me a mawayare. Into the same time I will face stress no the same time now yare be Ebafa woman tema high chances so be yare because who deal with stress nunti body no can only do one thing very good but into me nyanyoma be brave at the same time into dealing with stress and yet very good time a bit to me a preventive diseases and now who diseases in so and yet very good time or say a bit to me a prevent disease and ma wunyare and ma wo yare nso a ma wo go through stress no and ye good time or say yare no anon be wo fam enti ene ye important to say we remove and now we reduce the stress in your body the stress in your life na fe wa boa ama stressful situation no and suppress immunity no. Now, stress is higher. Enipa miensa enya the same level of stress. Baako didi ye, baako so ni di ye. Aduane bi obenya bi anu wadi. Sugar nneoma bebree no wodi. Carbohydrate nneoma bebree no wodi. Baako nso de wo face the same stress. But odidi ye, odi a lot of fruits and vegetables. Third person also wonya the same stress. Odidi ye osaye exercise and so kahun. Enipa miensa baako na onidi ye no onye exercise no obetumi or go through stress no obetumi enya yare faster than the other two. And at the odidi ye no onya stress no so ono nso onya yare no kra emo no nto ho. Na the odidi ye no osaye exercise no ebeye dance at the same time obenya sa yare no nti omo nyina go through the same level of stress but obi be yare no betumi abona to okro ntumi nkwa adwuma je se no ho ye ne den obi so ohwa yare no onte kra oh onte apo we dey sorry me pon adwuma me ba besraw ebi so ano no so go through the same stress but ne lifestyle no nti no ema otumi withstand the disease process. Inti mommy and Shannon. Anna, bibia ebema sa lymphocytes and I say immune system na no abras no ema wo yare mo and I say wo yare so a ubetumi enya yare no abowat ama abowato ho. Enti mene sister Diana ye kasa no ye di nkomo bebre. Ye can see ebeka how immune system no and our level of immunity no stress ebetumi affect no and our state of mind adwene kwan a wonam so a wodwene nyoma a wodwene how ebetumi affect immunity. Diet, how aduane a wodi ebetumi affect immunity. Exercise, water, nsuo a so wonom nsuo and a level of rest, amount of rest a wunya and a medications. Enti enyoma nson ye beka ho asem ye bebobo so ntententem. Na yenya hunu se research trese enyoma mebobo esu nyina ni nyina affect immunity. Nti ye be sha see free stress level no stress no de no edoso fi say ya enye 1900 ye time ye wo mu no stress level no wo high panti no na medical aka ho asem. Enti de ben ye friend no stress bibia eba body mo ana ebo ben wa usro and I say we hear a lot of body energy to fight it and I will spend the time on it and I say body try say be how to resolve that problem because we need a problem neda. Now there was here Shannon Sunni say me go through stress be last year. Now say me go me the same level of stress this year no. My body is how to survive it. Into coronavirus in your fasama in 5 years, ye chenya coronavirus. Ye mu bebrebe hunu how to deal with it. Sana stress it here. The more exposed you are, sama one to one say overcome on utumi reduce utumi deal with it. You will be better to deal with it the next time. Into stress, you know, mommy and Shannon so say ye bibi was say. You to me reduce. So nyoma bebre or why you to me reduce as far as stress level. Nyoma bebre why you be to me reduce. Until me babe can nyoma ni bia. You be also stress and it be to me a reduce so na body no so stressed to get sick. Until major nyoma stress no will move 2 types. External stress. Be a free outside and a eba. And an internal stress. And it's a one that say, oh, say stress, maybe if we me inside the neighbor. And then ube who say internal stress, no, a woho, now ube to me a control. External stress is free outside the neighbor. A bine marriage. Yen now be a go through marriage, all planning and saying, Quarano, wedding, one more yen kun fa. Inti tama womo prepare no ye very stressful for them. Inti so we'll get a marriage depending on the level, wedding, you know, a preparation, announcement, a distress ba. And we move to see a free solid city, ye move, ye free movers, ye parky, ye wins, ye sample juma, ye stress. And will travel to South Person prepare for Ghana, now for Europe, koye bibi, travel it to make also stress. Even peduma wo ye now for your new job and no also stress. And school and now work. I said be a go in Pesami school and Pesami Konya degree back. Stressful. And relationships so and also free outside the neighbor. When our family, when our spouses, the relationship between them. It can be stressful, especially Sebia, mommy and normal belief systems and they are different. And I know maybe or why would you do or not so any arguments are stressful. And I'm so ding it to make the stress about. And I even relationship with church members. I thought I'd be cry church board or one stress and a free ever. Into financial problems is also to make the stress about. Ebia opeso kotoka ukotoya starting my problems okwa ne body ding e cause stress and we are too busy okwa adwuma baako na odi mirika ba beye baako, especially yen Ghanaians no a yen to aduane wa abonten yen kra pizza bebre ma no na no aduane oye aduane wo hwe nkwara no so oye adwuma mienu. It can cause significant level of stress, and nkwara also go through stress. Titru ya wo Ghana no na mpanyimfo no tumi yi wo monsa de bo akwara no bi kro onye hwe obo no so a o ma ne hu di nti a obo no oya akwara aboni no obo no nti nkwara no go through stress a etore bi otumi di nyini nti opagya wonsa wonfa mebo no kra na ye mo hyehye no kai no nkwara abrem nti nkwara no so tumi go through stress. Ana through young Ghanaian community no obi sit down or Ghana kwafo we ye twantoma or ya de obi ton kente ye CF pa competition ni nyina emfaso bia ni so. Ya won New York no ni nkrofo mo ton toma no Auntie Gladys ba kwa bo efe pa emfaso bia ni so. Ehia so obi atade o sha na obi ntoma ehia okra because bia opesa wo ton yoma mo no echese wo sa wo ye adwuma mo e wo sa wo purchasing power na sika na wo no ye mo make us say e bia nkwara so wo school wo ye bibi wo Ghana enti ye de obetumi nko a. Don't join the competition because it to me it creates stress amount and a loneliness is so it to me cause stress. Enti nyoma it to me free outside ebe cause stress man e bi no. How about the internal stress? Stress is free wa wumu a obetumi a control. Even external stress no say dey mekan ye no obetumi a control nyoma no bebre. Sa wonye nyoma bebre na obe try so be nya budget very small budget obetumi a handle no when you enough sleep obetumi a control. But nyoma ye internal no eno de the controlling no etora bia wonya aware kra say a problem e bi ne pessimism obi a abribia bibi obeye bia enye asori kasi ye we kra o menyi ni se beye ye bibia ye negative into one negative perception about nyoma bebria ayana body no subconsciously unconsciously we are stressed but and a threat be u feel say be a threat would be home adrian show trim enti bribia obehunu na oyama show there was so konisa one no kokasa na wo ye obone kra to flowers koche no no hu say eh me kra me ne nkaso reso ode bibia beche me wona who feel good about it wona who relax about it enti di ankrofo kan tro wonim say untumi control the obi kan wo hu but we betumi a control how I will react to the nipa ne kam enti so obi kra na odi so mpewasama koto bibi fa becha no koto abompa ye ma no sa nyoma we na ubetumi a develop internally I reduce the level of stress unya with a nyoma feel say a threat man ena uhwe obi ohini te se Nebuchadnezzar or go into a wiram for 7 years not because to say nyankopon penasa manebi bia ba nyankopon say wona wudi kan we the head of gold and so on pesa or pe the whole thing or person no na hini no e wo forever intina onye happy with what he has. Most of us say yetisa until when you're happy with what you have now pay more than what God is planning for you you can see it as a threat now we juma be brave for other things that are not necessary into who say or struggle be brave afi yankon training yansama okomure afi we are rigid about a nyoma awarduni a bibia ope say bosome no so we save $2,000 enti uswunka untumi afford eno ye rigid ananso say ope say and e wusi nyoma uwia ukodidwa udidwa no ba upa ubeye nkwan ubeye stew ubeye we upeso ye nyina in one day eno ye rigidity a wo de ato ho so ye bibi ene na de aka no aye no ochina obi oho betumi aboawa ebia doctor me pa cho unyi enchansi yi free ho ma me hwala me ye we no wo fiefo nyina che adwuma no mo bia amwa enye too rigid on yourself say opeso wie nneoma ni nyina say ya and have a negative thinking and a negative talk to say bia obi ama sorry mo nyina mo ko clean sorry na Auntie Gladys won my no be say oh Auntie Gladys no wa my boy am yen clean inter say bia obeye kom na wadwene mo positive say oh what my dear e bia ekwan so wo ye okay ana bia wan onya stress bi nti or rest on to me ma na bia wo na wo gina ho ka say oh no de sa na ote e o ma onye boafo kra eno ye negative because wunnim de ekoso e wa bra nipa no ba bi o wo no wunnim se wunim se sebe oya kwadro wonta meboa asori adwuma mpa wo de menka ho asem bone unya bibia nka bibia ubetumi nso a unya medru ye di I hope so oye okay I hope so nam kwan so oye okay ba wunim ye me ansa kwa ebetumi apra ye sha ase ntam ebetumi aye ye ntumi anye kra next week me abeto ade aka no so ebri bia ma wo thought process enye positive about one kasa wo ho enye positive about fear for ho enye positive about neighbors sorry neighbors wodwumam neighbors obi badwene obi ho negative enye wo because wo yesa no ema wo stress a untumi enhunu and unrealistic expectations makaye no enoma eso chen de wo betumi aye so pesa wo ye enti stress no sena esi eye adwuma so wo ye stress asa de maka no brain edi meka kanche hormones no stress hormones no corticosteroids any adrenaline or see your moon come blood no na mon prepare body no na fe yenko fight enti se obi a woni ne nkasa yesi wo bakrum ho obama sorry ba woni ne nyantopam ne bia we are stressed about it adrenaline be producing your blood corticosteroids ebetumi a produce steroids na omo fa no omo tumi di tumrika ne ade no a prepare body not to fight. You don't want those chemicals in your body all the time. Why? Because our body more a suppressive immunity ema utumi nya yare the time levels no high inti bomodian say unya sa steroids no ewo honem especially say stress level no ewo high for so long prolonged period of time stress no ewo honem a ema dangerous for you ema will look older than your age. Ebi a wadi 40 by you who ebe cast your bedroom say be a what is me ye my pass 60 ya me nam pazo retirement after ebe ma hypertension ebe ma diabetes ebe ma when you're cold every bia ebe to mean so develop cancer and our cancer cells are started on honemo we are stress for a long time cancer no be to me and spread it na fe wo yare inti mommo den say stress no be cut down na fe and stay too long. When we are stressed, we use some coping mechanism. First, you walk on and nim or more no mon san be pray. Obo ho you stressed and no starting no mon san be pray. Afe you be so what na phone so san nkrofo bebre be kasa about the problems and until one say na duane kro be di na wura fi nti bibia and sabesum no wodi afi or your stress and so aya na bibia wakono ho na ontumi enkonko enkanko nipam ti esa no na body no immunity no akodown enti momodin say yen containing stress no too long afi obi stressed kakra bi na ne boafu your friend irritability asam keto bi anane boafu nti won say afi na kakra bi obi si o say onene kasa na ne boafu or onye nice but we'll go through stress enti nyoma ebetumi aya ebeboayen ama yetumi relieve some of the stress, and they say, yeah, go into divine power. Yeah, they ho hye Nyankopon ase. Na problem I wo ho ne say jata bi ba opono ano na wo ka say, "Eh, Awurade, jata ba ha." Na oyema show na go through stress. Wo brain no onim jata stress and onim awarejaye stress. So obi go through divorce, obi so ye threatened physically. Brain no ho nyina as stress. Ebi a level no na ye different. Enti momo den say stress bia of every kind. You better try say you be reduce. When you're super stressed, now say when you're argumentative with your friends, and now say what say bribia who meet deadlines bia, and now say bribia who tia bills, now san say who sika be brave wa bra untumi produce, and now untumi nye adwuma ba kwa. I was so reduce expectations, so no to me dealing with stress, better. Enti yes, stress, it to me prolonged. Yes, I a friend of chronic. So when you're chronic stress, a bit to me ama when you're cancer, it be them. So stress in you lower, ube to me in your cancer, but upon your cancer when you're cancer, yamin fast amo. Now to me changing your mebia, ube to me a fight cancer. Now drone a day. Cancer medications a day man, nobody no bet me you so they are fighting cancer. But say was stress in the level no ye high. Not a walk for a long time. A very difficult say obey to me a healing cancer. And tinoma ben a ya a beboa ama to me a relieve stress. Your cut diet in the others now make your money be. But stress no kwa a dear na obey me di can be. Men fa extreme expectation and told so. So one phobia or mama negative thoughts. A bribia no mobeka sang perform some na ma stress. Eh, one more skull, one more you say. Don't talk to those people. Look unto God. Look unto Jesus, the Alpha and Omega. Now no lifestyle, a humble lifestyle. No be any competition, not stress, not low amount. You enjoy your life than competing with people. Until relax. Ube to me so you drew exercise. No ma metra mo maybe a ube ya a bit more relaxation. After you have support system, unyanumbi our monso dear radidi. Ebusuafo bi a omo die Awurade di omo shem crying asori ma a omo suro nyame enye omo mo kan krofo ho nsam fa ho bo wo mo na frɛ wo mo chia wo mo na omo so frɛ wo nchia na omo nhye wo crying omo be hye wo crying school ya wa sha ase ebeboa o yire wo ho ebeboa ama wo wie a obetumi anya akatua papa omo be ma adwin papa no omo na fa omo ho bo mo nti form support system a positive and for more support system omo no ebema wonya negative thoughts. I feel control. A free word be control. Yeah, Christopher, but we have to have control of our life. And yes, will be free wa. Hey, one who say Macy's be biabaho. Ne board you but fepa. Na nipa no cancer na udi mi kana udi actually. Have control of your life. The obeshen no unsan fan kobe bia ehia broso. Enunti control. And your mind to mean control ni be matna Ghanaian community mo. Ube who say, omo wa, no omo babe shra omo banwa. The way almost see omo hono, thousands of dollars. But enquara omo woman no, so they are in school, sir. Yan shra omo nyoma papa bia. Enti me betina Rhode Island ni Utah Salt Lake no. So broni nyema. Atade a hyɛ no a ɛyɛ n'atade a onyema hyɛ no ɔwo a 2 weeks wobɛhu na ɔte wotwa wani a ɔte baabi a no onyema ɔte no a na akɔra ketewa no ɛbɔ ne koko na tade kro no ɛhyɛ no anu a na ɛhyɛ no ɛnso so ebi a ɔyɛ doctor yɛtua ne ka kɛseɛ wobɛhu so bɛwie no ne ma no ɛwɔ school papa nti ɛkyerɛ no ma bɛnyini ayɛ empenyin papa nti. They are not a burden to you. They are not a burden to society. By end there, abibia ye hear the other people ye near the stress abeto ye so near the nkwarane gu baby for school no enye strong enye education system papa. But ye kushra ye mana ya na ye minka entia obia. The me can say and my expectations a ma stress about so and fun too. So relax. Now enjoy the 70 years now. Jesus yamaye ne ye na doma wa to so amaye. Enti momie mia ye nina afei yenko baby a ye humble non-stressful life. Lead that kind of life, you know. Afei yen chadie. Or say if you give more, you always have more to give. And when we name the free beba. But Jesus now offer a fish 8 and a pound you know the feed 5,000 or no ye radi into or no bit to me ama ye day man wasan share in your name. Afe attitude free your friend is saying relaxation and a support system. Now about controlling your life according to what will be less stressful for you. We call something attitude. Or attitude is very important. And yet unkwan ebribe also for your argument. And now we kontopa. And now they also for be your mommy and you also for way you. Media nyini say or your suffer. Yes, sir. Would you be many panel benefit of the doubt? And now sorry penny way. Would you yes, sir? So be back can be one sambonia, wono for a dear no co empire boom. Ebi are the old can sampa. Yet, I mean, no correct. And so said the negative sentiments, baba. I try not feeling ye, papa. Feeling ye, kakra, because we are generally critical about people. I am not stress level, no hormones, no stress level, hormones, no or more high. But so we are hopeful, we are generous, we are humorous. We can't say man propose to miss bebrea be our stress level no it will low. Stress hormones no it will low until bone say a bibiana we are happy. After plan ahead. So we here be event be a Saturday, you say ye women's ministry. And now na Friday near be Adriane, Friday near be send invitation, Friday near be ye we are now be your wedding, November. October 15th, now we start to say we be anti plan ahead. Me mammy no me tete won no nimpa bibia ma then now we say I'm planning ahead. Nti me you will be a Sabbath. Me started planning Sunday. They met me I see what Sunday no me Monday my kakra. Tuesday no ebedru Thursday no me until Friday no no cry say sa event no me na me in charge because me we bibia. Yen nyina betumi I me sure say most of you so mo yes sir plan ahead and train too close to do everything every bia no planning ahead now one hunu nyoma e was say obi etumi aboa no a delegate sebeya stress and mouse so now Friday wo ye adwuma ni nyina Friday won say 2 a.m. now da ho ye aduane unya enough sleep into bones why you stressed. And I dear back also to me dealing with stress, and trust in divine power. The American, you know, to me, but so won't trust in divine power. Still, now feel stressed. And ubenya inner peace when you're trusting God. Ubenya stability. It feels good to put God in charge. When you feel like you're always in charge, Oban say, "Bibiano stress." But if you put God in charge, peace. Always put God in charge. He gives you the power to forgive others. So, utumi ede enkrofoma ye won from so eboniche won a. One awobua ebeboa ma adrenaline corticosteroids no level na down. Enye obi na wobua no. Enti no say so said the opposite a yaman, also yaman for so wow. Afe obe help one more couple with trauma and stress. So person would day year you drew sleep and make some. I was so them for nature woman. I was so come for honsem papa. I was so they would time nisi canning your money be a blank for. O da obeda deep. Afe nya positive outlook. Men can so ya koye nipa kakrebi na wa sorry them. No amo no sumom dear, but yen wo hon yetumi ye de betumi aye. E bibia fa put a positive spin on whatever is happening. Nya positive outlook. Forgive others. Nebeboa wo immunity. Enti so be a question about stress. How I affect your immunity on Toronto. Na say I how our state of mind affect your immunity. Our state of mind be brain maka. No be or what so who sa cap si wana say in so woman at the half. Obi can so ye half full. Or use the word full no. Munim say it will effect on argument so. Body no feel it better when you use the word full. But being so can say, oh, and so no crying, and no son, a half empty. Or while brain not already start the word empty. Enti cup no mummy and union are more no. And so no level no the same. But only papa quadrant dwelling on empty. Nipa ba konso adwene dwelling on full. What different effect on their immunity. And Tibribia put a positive thinking on your situation. So oba so dia bonyanko pompaye na catch and say wunim me draw pa because we are fast. Utumrika we are fast. We Syria efe can you ma eye good about parano. Na dia ba kopa udi say was so changing no kan no. Now can so when ya papa pamfa so be any no so. What group no in every form as negative. So say be anya sa no tie. Our real so krasa. Se bibi na ukuna na o yebe ya. Can you ma o ye positive a wo pe no. Ka na enkwana dream se wo pe no ntie be stay. But ade ba kwa em se ki change akeye ye ne se bia. Adwuma mo kwa ya na wo mantem no. Yen kan no ho asem. Nature say one narrow problem not to a small part of your life, more marriage life. Now I can say our real way cram for so ben was so quite human momentum, so no one problem. But what group in the whole marriage, what I say, what destroy BBA a beha ukuno now and Emma positive relationship or so one so. Group no as a bigger problem than it is, Ube who say, steroids and adrenaline no high into your immunity no. Into state of mind very important. When I can so read Isaiah 58 verse 10 no.
I'm trying to make my Now what dear will crap Emma dear common dinner. Now ma or cry while you're more bro no mea. And no dear oh high be pierce sumo. Now kusu ye base a yakete. Amen.
Amen. So what problems the crowd or sister will boa a fufra. Ukusun ya wo darkness a beba be ye light. Unim dear buano dear comes in our dear man no or failing in stomach or meeting the need of the hungry. Obe me keke. Now where immunity now we building up by doing good to others. Into ya papa, ya wogana near so ya papa we ya man yam papa. In Tibribia will be no one immunity no air cost. No be son can Isaiah chapter 66, verse 14. Isaiah
Isaiah 66 verse 14 was say, Namube hunu na mo akoma ho asepe no na mo nompe aye horo se ewuram from na wobehunu awurade nsa a awurade nsa ne nko aho na abufuo a emu ye dene na tamfo eso. Amen.
Amen. Or say se nompe ebeye from adana dompe ya from bone marrow no e what inside the bone no a building immunity no and no na ye so important say ya from now immunity ye high na wa nyare and nunti ena Isaiah 66 verse 14 e wo ho ena Proverbs chapter 17 verse 22 so it can be similar but will be a one kind. Proverbs 17 verse 22.
So man can ha. Se enije akoma ye aduro pa. Na honhom a edi ya ono de ewi nompe mu.
Or say enije ya meka ye ni nyina ne conclusion ni. Enti anya research ankrofo ye Nyankopon de onim from beginning no. Onim immunity no. Onim the science. Enya ye na ya be ye research aye kan Nyankopon akandada. O se enije emma ahoden emma immunity kosro na awerɛhoɔ bribia wudi abobo wonkwa na wokɔ Ghana na nneɛma nyɛ wonkwa na ehia wo wonkwa na wantumi ankɔka meeting ni bi wonkwa bribia wudi abobo sana wɔse wo nompe no a dry up na nompe dry up what is so important about it yes significantly important because a hona immunity ni nyina e fever enti ehia Nyankopɔn sɛ unompe and dry up. Enti ya nyoma ebema unompe no aye from. Na ya rieba otumia fight adentia because sa immune system na mi bodin kunkunfa no phagocytes ni B cells ni T cells no enompe no emu fat no eno na it produces sa immune system. Enti momia momodin say ye betumi a giant negative complaining in a dry bones. No? Bad thoughts, Ubruni psychologist, if you say bad thoughts, a dream papa was he decrease the rate of bone a bone marrow. Bone marrow production was a bad thoughts, a reduce bone marrow production. Good thoughts a promote bone marrow production. Now, bone marrow production also now a develop immune system. And to say positive thoughts will help your bones to produce stronger immunity. Until you can crop for one sambonini yinano, and Yankopon peno. And yes, sir, woman or do woman quan or do woman one person will come woman sambonio. One son our door, one person will bones no be dry up. And Timomia Momodin say, ye be your good thoughts, a bema bone marrow no a flourish, and I say a ye na immunity no aye a positive amain. 7-day Adventist doctor be why yes, I dear way home research be brave. And on the book I will try and to me who see what I say yeah. What to do positive, think positive. Ubenya sike wa Amazon sokoto. Think positive. Dr. Neil Nedley. Dr. Nedley Netroye. Okano kakra ubetumi akanye scientific yibia den. Or say think positive. One of the things I ubetumi dia protective one say or think positive. Afe was it don't beat yourself up. Oh, me dear, me go school cry, me mama din, and fast will be enemy. So, was see and fun negative image and tone, so now muscle. Now, stop blaming yourself or others. Now, argument was say avoid being argumentative. Bribia ono be a train. Oh, would you be sa way? I dear women a minimum men who mean them. I would any argument be bresa. Then reducing immunity. No, say try to do all you can faithfully and leave the rest to God. The more you beat yourself up, the less effective you are with your coping mechanism. Because immunity koloa obe yare, obonse, obe fresh free dumam, bibina wasa ukwaya, untume nkwaye. Think positive. Afe was say, instead of saying half empty, no, say half full, because a no effect, immunity. So positive thinking typically comes with optimism. Say bibia wuhun bibi in a positive light. Now, positive thoughts, Emma immunity, go high. Emma will prevent yarea, ubetuni sorry akobwa ubia or no or yare. Inti say ano ye stress and on how it affects immunity. And ye thinking positive or non so. Say about state of the mind and so and also we and as I say and you might be or how Dr. Nedley Sakaya may go through quickly or see cheer up, smile a lot, laugh a lot, check facts out. So be back country or say mohu or penny way, yes, see what papa will be or no be, and our sister way, yes, what won't be handsome. Check it out, saying here to good baby. Nya assembly obi abeka na wafa na wudi ni pakunit ehun asama she wutim or see check facts out. Otherwise toss them, throw them away. Don't dwell on them. Whatever you do, do it to the best of your knowledge. Don't be a people pleaser. And nyanyoma any penny so na will please you woman. Ghana yen sorry num ye won penny for be bromo yesa bibia o nim preaching o preaching no preaching Yankopon ti Yankopon din na was a besha ho. And so subons yes or ya dear pa or yes say ya na be people pleasers. But I was say we should be God pleasers. Say Yankopon and need de wo ye no ho and fadi nipa ebeye. And he say ya mama yonko diet so. A kwan ben diet aduane wudi etumi affect immunity. Enu hia pa. So wo kono ukoye wo grocery store. Enyoma 9 na wo hia fra aduanem. Ade a wo tua ka no, se ma wo nyoma 9 yi mu bia, nhia so the free grocery ho bebe fie. Phytochemicals. So omomote me presentations and do omate phytochemicals and once a match. Phytochemicals, fiber, minerals and vitamins, and water. Enti nyoma foi se mu bia ni hwa watu akade befia enhiansa wo de ade krono ebebefie. Phytochemicals quickly. Aduane mu nko ane wo, plant protein mu ne wo. Plant eni aboa mu, eni enam mu, eni kosua mu, eni fish mu. Phytochemicals no eye nura Nyankopon abo amayen se ye be di no aduanem se be ya wonkoma doctor ankotwere aduroma. Se ya me pese atwere aduroma me a doctor fo ahoro gu me fie ha nso so. Womo ni sabe nhia womo fo bibia se ya mete he. Because I am not with fruits and vegetables be brebe. Intiminya phytochemicals no men can say nunti ye muda na say ye nyare. But ye be ye de ye be to me no near jack the akana me Yankopon no decide. Enti se aduane a wo kotono say ma phytochemicals and for so ni so say wo beto de abefie. Ye wo Ghana no ye wo fufuo no ni asan kwan na gusu ne de nam atoso. Na entimi maye enuoma ahoro aye hia no bebre ntine nipa no tai yare. Na afi ya kese nso bebre because enuane ane tato no na eye carbohydrates bebre. Na phytochemicals, ye more 25,000 phytochemicals. Our plant products be bremu say. A beya dimbe one so say, medium young phytochemicals bia. Nyankopa abonu be brebe inti bibia a what color, a ye green, a ye pink, a ye yellow, a ye red, bibia what color. What the befia a be man phytochemicals. Phytochemicals be a fraud more sulfites, it be a fraud more carotenoids, it be a fraud more chlorophylls, it be a fraud more flavonoids. Phytochemicals 25,000, remove 4 penamakin. Into wofa a bit to say carotenoids and one more what a yellow no bebre carrots, any cantaloupes, yellow nina ubenya carotenoids. Nina what colors nina fight cancer, fight diabetes, a fight arthritis, a fight heart diseases. Now wouldn't say no net on pharmacy no. Drug companies normal pull sa chemicals no from inuaba we num nyina. Normal the aye pills no cost store. Now doctor na trauma say koto edro we na wafa na ma blood pressure ba down. Ba wudi sa enro no wo nuane no wadro no ye waduane no ye wadra. A bed check and son a doctor be a true drama. Because running nyina so free plants him. Into the plant no naturally no a beboama untumi enkon inhia so obekwakoto edro wa bra afi no di 50 and now di 60 years pe afi wo inro be preso. Into would a variety of fruits and vegetables a beer are very rich in phytochemicals. Carotenoids said the makano a yari beer affecting the penny. What the carotenoids na when a kama unya infections yanko ye when surgery say ya na bibi this so mini check answer. Into be beer yellow now orange no to say carrot ne cantaloupe no would be brave and a chlorophylls and also so say to a cruel to an eye or surgery and see a quiet the surgery no quite you may a wound 10 so would di a normal a walk phytochemicals a friend of chlorophylls and one be ye green be what we are saying ye green ye plant products and no it was chlorophylls a boa wound healing a boa body money healing tem and phytochemicals maybe a friend of phytoestrogen a prevent cancer horror be breast cancer prostate cancer a tomato sim a spinach sim a contumelium a colored green the beer a green beer prevent prostate and breast cancer. Some it's not how phytochemicals now horror ne yare prevent ya and can this see it's not how copim next week. Into the American simple ne say fruits and vegetables beer will be dino plentifully. Ebine say one brown rice, white rice, the Makanda dada say one white rice jai. One brown rice, no take it to be. Nowadays, lettuce are home. No, what you try tomatoes are home. Now spinach be one be bright green. Now they are home. Now a carrot kakra say a sense no see a chicho. One they are home. Monkey to be now with the good middle of the plate, you know. A bear 5 or 7 different vegetables now what they are surrounding. Maybe what they stew kakrebia eguso. Inti oka se dia na okodi or semi kodi ampesi. E was say waduan and oka se mi kodi kontomra abom. Na ba ire kitwe bi ana body kitwe bi na ka ho. Ba aka se mi kodi ampesi a one body ana ba ire no bebre kontomre na nyado abom no kitwe bi a. E be ma wa ye kese. E ma wuntumi nya phytochemicals a wo hia. Eno nti bomodin say ubetumi a prevent infection. Will be improve immunity with a lot of phytochemicals. A dear bionam see here, you hear minerals and vitamins. Minerals and vitamins, they work fruit and vegetable BM, a beer guahora, a be iron bebree ebi so wo another mineral ketwe bi into the fra balance no nature say when you a lot of balanced diet and no be prevent yare bone marrow no ama na nyini fefefe bibia na produce immune system immune your friend is saying antibodies no ama afen so would the fruits and vegetables no bebre bomwa and our vegetables are horon son and then no woody nyina bomwa and no na de balance no ba yes and then what the contumre bebre etna no what the enyadoa bebre ade achi tomatoes bebre but every day aduane a wo bedi no yes sure say at least 5 different vegetables e kan emon na wudi no ho and answer camp body na wudi ana bayre na wudi no na media minim fufuo kese a wudi ba fufuo no matter the wudi bia ene ya me ne wo kase chemu miensa na di efa na the aka no fa vegetables be break ho sebe ya ubenya phytochemicals na beboa immunity no now at the same time so one ye kese so ye kese a ebe predispose to heart disease make us say we need phytochemicals so into me fight diseases no enunti untumi so why kese untumi nkotumrika enunti no untumi so and prevent immunity untumi increase immunity no because untumi nye exercise inti bomode say ube increase vegetables no reduce carbohydrates no afen so me se wo kona wo ko to wo nneoma de fiber ebebrel fiber nneoma ni nyina so fruits and vegetables no de make akosi ne say so one to fruits and vegetables bebria there is no chance so betumi a produce immune system I betumi ambo ho eban inti bomodiana fruit and vegetables na enye kese enye dodo okọ grocery store na ko fruits and vegetables area yes sure say what top vegetables are horon so a ebeso no family na wotwe ni nyina na fruits so one top rato horon miensa na unya sikano kakraka tonsuo bebre fabre fie sikano kakraka ansa na wakobe bia body banche ne banku ne dokono ne carbohydrates no wono se sikano bi ka biewa ene bi akoto enam ketewa bi na sa wo koto vegetables no wie na sikana san wo wie brefie wonya de wo hia bia enu nti ade ameka no ese ema yes rekakra but ihia pa se wo focus on vegetables no yes so wo refi na san kofa yinchi yamfa antete yen ba bibia be ma waponde wo pesa wo ya wo betumi a start se oye enti enoma nso ema phytochemicals no nim de nyame ye no enoma ema minerals and vitamins no enoa nso na ema phytochemicals no enoa nso na ema fiber no improve immunity no enti enye so me cotonium ema phytochemicals no me san cotonium ema fruits ema minerals and vitamins and san no akwhwehwe de ema fiber fruits and vegetables no emit all the need for all the things you need enti dwell on that dwell on fruits and vegetables na kakra bi enye ye friend is saying starch to say banche body mon white rice ni ade no yente so afi minka some minerals and vitamins no kakra asamonchro so ofa bibi to say vitamin C ya and cause I'm glad to see any fruits and vegetables to one no vegetables ni na what na say wadi bibi to say vitamin C no heat sensitive so would the see just one hand destroying into one modern say ubedi nyoma wano ubedi bi so aye fresh e de afra na mouth vitamin A vitamin D vitamin E vitamin K ne for yi heat onwa and seno but vitamin C any B complex no heat betumi aseno Inti unuane ni bi di no raw. Unuane ni bi so onwa eye. Onwa broccoli no kakra. But lettuce no di otwitwa no raw. Na o di edi wo mo. Inti enuoma bi te se vitamin C. Eye udi no fruit. Udi fruit na obenya vitamin C. But bibi te se vitamin E. Eno na eye eboa building antibodies and antioxidants bebre wom. Eno wonu a heat no nse no. But they making here so the nyina to trim. Be mom udi balanced diet. Na inuane ni bi wanwa bi so ye fresh on the same plate wo ye completely okay obetumi enya immunity a wo hia edi ebio na affect immunity sleep so wo gidi say wo save sika bebre wo ye adwuma mienu e na wo part time ba akoso wo baby nti bribia wo da 4 hours every day eye dan a it will catch up with you. It was one nakra oda 7 to 8 hours. Oda 6 hours and dear chan wada 8 at their shame. Sleep boapama immunity. Enhance immunity. So one now was suppress immunity. Immune system rely on sleep. Hormones be or oda a costro. Some hormones no and one promote bone marrow no ni production. Ne produce antibodies now body no immune system no sleep produce sa enyome imam afi hormones be oha we are not enough na body na you confused to say hormone be oda enough high level kama eno na ma wo te say do hormone ba konso eno na ma wo te say wa me. Na sa wonna enough na hormones yimienu ghrelin and leptin na nimienu brain na confused because wonna yeninti level of these two hormones no confused inti a common no cry bibia na udidi umfili sawame na ama wo ye kese so want to fight infections na immunity cut down wonna enough ebribiano ye free chemical be cytokinins no na woda body no produce ne detect say infection be ba wo honam yare bi bebo wana ba wonna enough sa cytokinins no enoso enti yare na ba kra wiawo yes yo nanse yana wa yare a wotumi a fonsa na ebia wonna enough inti bomodiana de ye said de beya untumi enyare bebre wonna enough so inflammation na me can first no inflammatory process no it reduce with enough sleep so wonna ya inflammation ketwa bia na bo yare onim say heart attack doctor be kasa mu misa no ho question heart attack inflammation na cause enunti Momo then say better enough. Now you to build the immunity. Long-term lack of sleep. So what nada could be a someone by buy area and BS 1 now 1 day you're okay. But what not for so many years because we are human me no anami and so many years and not there and yet obey kese, obenya diabetes, obenya heart problems or heart vessels, ebenya problems. Afi want to me and fight diseases. Inti bomondin sa one na probably 7 hours a day. And I hear more sleep than yen penny for no. Omo be here 7 to 8 hours a night. So omo de better. Or now say during the day. Exercise and sweat. Physical activity. Physically a flashy and nyoma air possible honemu ma kidneys ebe tugu abra o Johnson. So when you exercise o circulation is slow. Until some can say a coronavirus about lungs. Until lungs me baby enyini now grow up. Now me can say to me uko to me 1 mile now samba ebe flashing out of body no ma. So would the recover kwa kutu Americanaba. Ubeye, because the coronavirus no betina wo honam infection be a beba wo honam no exercise etumi ma wo circulation no speed it up na ye flu honam ntem ansana yare kro no enya ehini e wo honam ema yare bi enya ehini wo honam kotumrika konante ko take a walk nante long blocks na samba up na wo heart and pump fast. The faster our heart pump no, the faster na get rid of toxins and now no menye wo honem. Afen so exercise to meet change the antibodies na white blood cells na me kan no bone marrow na produce antibodies na mam. But it's not bone marrow no circulation na dey ba the rest of our body no. Na circulation no yentem tema. A very slow being circulated around the body. Intimate ne say pin be a woman and a higher me ya a starting infection. Ghana na o nail a infection I say a kaka. Pin be a woman, na ye dirty pin and ye clean into infection could to be a starting. But bone marrow no produce antibodies, me circulation is so slow. Until before antibodies no be drew hand, no infection na wo me finger na yekese. And when I exercise bemuno, the movement of the body produces the circulation, increases the circulation so that the infection no awenyano ebenya antibodies faster than infection no be starting. Until bomodian say every day research say any day be a one quiet exercise will reduce your lifespan by 1 hour. So I feel anopa ekop manaju. So one quiet exercise be that day will reduce and fear na nyame amount by 1 hour. Inti bomodian say why you busy there, but the exercise be come. And free kwasia dan kopim memory dan. No I exercise 150 minutes. And no ye minimum. Now no twice a day. No twice a week in cancel. Me ye bako kwasia dan memory dan till the rest of the week. 1 year crowd 150 no chemo 3. Now over to me at chemo 5 no for 5 times a week ye better. Inti bomodia so be exercise. Na immunity no be call up. Na baby a white blood cells no one body na circulating na one yare wo baby a seal. Inti during exercise and antibodies spread around the body to protect the rest of the body quickly. A dear biona a building immunity in so say see I made in so they no be share exercise na see because me say exercise it move white blood cells and the antibodies around. A better than move around and circulation emojano idea frusane nemojano se ninsu na sa ye thick and asa ye pican. Would you say to me and circulate ye into me? Se emojano unumun so be brain mojano mu ye light ya circulation ye better. Ye free be clotting. A damn benya doctor de popa be heart attack amamu no be cancer. Oma woman tan no munsuno. Omo mojani ye picanti a formal clot and tem. Intis a clot to a form one. A block baby a mojano be far corner. Inti a better na antibodies na bone na produce a circulate around the body. Inti anya dear bakuni here chamber. In suono ena antibodies a medium to move the antibodies around. Exercise and a speedy circulation around. And phytochemicals I am mau antibody antioxidants and nona riana bawumpa ekonako fight yariano directly and a sleep and on a regulate hormones manage all these processes and American. In Tianya Bakona, here a chamber. nsuo hia, exercise hia, aduane no hia, ena a friend is saying sleep no nso hia, ni nyina hia. Enti mommy and Shannon so. Oh, question about bibia maka bia troto ho. Ena we ye nyoma we nyina na me mfa ne say yare binti doctor bi de wato aduro bi so a aduro no betumi suppress immunity ama wa yare kese enuro no bi ne say obi anya cancer na e ma no chemotherapy no suppress wama infection bia ubenya enti wo pe chemotherapy no anasa wo pe immune system no fine balance wo no doctor no beka ho asem ne nuro no bi ne sen menya doctor nti me frɛ doctor J Pokuno no ne ya beka nuro no a emmoa immunity no a wo say utumi hwe ne yie ye de wo to so a wo bisa ho questions no wo hu kwan a wo befa so a ebeboa nti obi wo questions a won twen ye wi a yaka eno ho so ho asem
Edamase yenuan ma metwas no okan se enu no bi wo hono ma ye de ko yare no nanso etimi san kofa yare foforo ba ebi ne enura ye de ko cancer na dro bi ye de ko cancer bi ano se wo fa cha ebedrum bi ne enu kura so betimi asan bonya cancer anase yare foforo enu ji na chemotherapy ni se ye de mawa ebi ye de mawa be na wo twini agyan na ya twen anase na wo twimienu ne agyan ne ya twen efse ya na suppress ubon marrow no ebi ama o black count ekofom white count ekofom a no so tama onya bacteria infection nti e de ma won ne yeposo na ne ama o body ne emrese be ya be build count no back up ansane ya sama foforo nti adrobi e de ku cancer bia no ebetimi ama oso asan akonya yare foforo dachi yes say kura and no so I yare bi a friend say rheumatology condition bi say rheumatoid arthritis lupus scleroderma Crohn's disease primary biliary cirrhosis sa yare ya ni boboso nyina ye enura de ko sa yare ni nyina ye sa nuru so ne sa de ko cancer isa nuru ni nyina no ebetumi akoma yare foforo because a suppressive immunity na droba kwa ye cha use pa na ebi kwa ya dwen ensusu se betumi a suppressive immunity and steroids as a prednisone most cancer regimen is en de ekon cancer no yana do na yana prednisone eka ho prednisone ye drug a synthetic form of steroid. Yeah, body no produces steroids until classic no corticosteroids. But yeah, synthetic form and draw a demand a suppressive inflammation. Now we use prednisone it manoko biobianya asthma. In no bebriana go for use to treat asthma, and especially inhalers no. Yeah, may contain some form of prednisone. Prednisone enra we switch a suppressive immunity. Now, has no regulated. There's some type of prednisone you turn over the counter as a cream. Ayana or rashes koto the sebia hydrocortisone, which is in a prednisone, a form of prednisone. Now, yeah, baby mom said Ghana na pharmaceutical industry and you're well regulated. Ghana will be at Miss or not, or Jinakam not on draw. And maybe you call Ghana and it is a man, a cousin of you, a drobia bapa, drony a friend P. And I'm today a drony a friend Pino, we call 5 bin on each end. Prednisone or motor, your tones as a uko uprescanako a store, not pharmacies and what dispense some. A prednisone next or monum, greasy or monums on bayakasi. Meanwhile, a steroid out so won't know a child, bit me among diabetes. ebetumi ama wanya a bone disease your friend osteoporosis ebetumi ama wanya yare bebre na ho no omoton over the counter na ma no to se be on be yakase ampa prenu so no ma be mo ayekase ba kese na wo ye na de yare kese na wo pe ama ho ebetumi wanya diabetes be se bones esa lower immune system a kese yare bi a enzenke be kunkura na betumi abo atoa apu and it is your immune system no send anti-glycemic kind no ya ase so ya for bo your body no ho ban you so ya for bo mind no ho ban you so ya for no mo your broma asia e be no much your protect o mind so your immune system no e weaker ya le bi antimi want to be an na abo to the coronavirus is by saying Oma nipa dodo na yare ni ekum yo ma no immunity wofu in fact say kese ye kra no etimi suppress immunity is why kese say boye kese a no kofa diabetes ba kofa yare afofo ba etimi suppress immunity America say no especially among the black community and Hispanics and Native Americans na omo ya kese pa no omo ne wood dodo ese omo no omo sebe omo ye akese enti immune system is very very important ye didie say exercise enyama yakọ na mo nyina na ye ade a affect immunity or can trust in divine power say the word dwen in fact so we depressed krana and we to suppress immunity now immunity is suppressor say depression can be or depression immunity between so suppress no kwa akran between mananya cancer say enyama de cancer ba no fi outside na ba immune system na say bo ho ba na say yi efi ho no as want me anko a ene kofa yare no eba enti ye de besia na yama ho kwa na say isembisa bi ho a modi aba na kese ya trust medamase.
Okay. I drew questions and answers. The floor is open. Obi wa questioner. Obetimia you see reactions no now reason sanam. Okay, Mr. Doreen.
Yedamase pa wo ewie ya de try amode amaye in fact me wo ha no me ho adre me pa na masem bisa enie onse yakoto vegetables a impempi no yese aya na e free asase so ne fifi yenti aya na de vinegar ne baking soda e washe masem bisa ne se sa ne ma na ye de washe vegetables no e ma ye nipadua no sunsunsan so anase eyese ye de e wohoro ho.
I know your question, Papa. I made the Saudi about up. Say, there are not encrophobia. Me tie can say Ghana dear. If you are gata mokra no be a could be a baby no otitiaba no autumn. In that case, now was so who ye pa be or one parano cran and penny phoning in our bones and soon snow by a yem near the Bamreka high 3 years. One more regulating your mabi pray. Enti maybe say about 8 or 10 years ago, Crofoko di spinach. A man crofo yari be bray in your E. coli. Nami reading once and panty. A bana shemrasi say one more tra, one more how I won't wash it. Took to spinach and one a walk a ye top no more. One more can say you're ready to eat. Na ni say ohoro ho bio eno abano regulating to kwotone atro ho sa inhia so obehoro ho ba so did say bibi ufri asase ase ni titru de ano matro ho no your friend is say wo mo say organic no ya na abo kra ta wo ho. And no says so what the vinegar be hokra, dear me pesenka, me yano no, be a we over try her say boa. I am a din so be bregu at the moname de vinegar, no ma hokro hunina. ma hohoro ho awie no na ma san so edi nsu fofora vinegar enim asamfro ho said the beya as vinegar no kra wa aduane no so a green vegetable no so a asan hohoro because minya in reading studying hwe at the cropot ya vinegar no yema nipa no se bribia no na me use a enti me hohoro wi a ayam san edi nsu bebregu basin mo na masan de ahohoro ho nyina na kyerese vinegar no afri so sana ya me ye no ba bibi te say spinach ni say no a se would for vitamin C and vitamin B like se no a enhia so obeno a obetumi atwitwa ne saa na wadi ode agu o salad so ana say ode agu omum so ba so opese wo no a kontomre no kakra every bia wo no vegetable la huru fast wa na wayi broccoli cra for example no ye will be a friend of skillet what the ye chance ba kunsi ba kunso ana wo the spinach na gu na tutu na afa ho e starting say fa ho ye green pe na watwe na wadi bibia e be change color no aya na a loose phytochemicals ni bi enti na change color nti color no nyame de bo no asa wo no ana obeye ne ntem na kipu color no a eye eno say nkruma broccoli asparagus ni wenum nyina no untumi ni ne raw ba no na kipu color no change color no na dinu bebrebe.
Okay, that's it. Me who sa kodie and sa was show me patrol Mr. Sakodie with me amount wano.
Yeah, me pacho, me so me question here related to fruits na you know. Because doctors me in church no munam ye say fruits no dey my many so jevon pa. Usually they are me tie and say me pe smoothies pa. Ebi am combine fruits no nyina bi ebi me combine be 6 fruits at the same time. Mo almost every day me yes I don't know. Na mpese me hu say bi a fruits no bi wo ho a eni bi ehia at the same time no a. Eya na say enya na bi a me free musa. And I say bi a the way I see any regular no so no. Mente so ana.
Na me ne doctor nyina no ye ye mienu nyina agitum say what the fra na mi rampache wo Mr. Sakwade wo so the fra no a blending
Mpache wa ametwitwa na me wo blender bi a me de
okay me de say de mi hia ne say ubedi fruits no bebre ade a che no wa ni kra wo di ahoro miensa
okay
na omo blend no omo di no enka meka say eno no eye a chance wo blend na wadi no wo blend na wodi na se no na beboa wo so me ni ho asempra ka bi kra wo jai blend no na afa wo wie no na ye wani ha wo pentem ni ade nti no wa jai kra empeso be jai nti so person blend no na beboa ma wadi a pene so but the tie ni ohun se nyankopon bibi obeye bia wo ye for a reason or the same gu yenum mene mo kase mo amunni me dada no me be kan bibi a kire mo nye se na me kase o mo di bibi a hye menum ye ba ha se no Albuquerque no me be titoy me hwiase ena me hwiase a na me se etu right away emoja tu me pa ne ade nti afi no mo ye ho adwuma sesi a me ne mo kase o mo de bibia hye me num nti ayama me kasa fani kakra enu nti me ye nam se afi ne me hu omo yam eyi omo vegetables ne omo fruit no sesi me blend se be ya me mese me phytochemicals no nti sesi de Mr. Sakwade ye no sa pepepe na me so me ye but time ansa na me be hwiase ama me se no aha me sa no na me we na nyankopon abo ye se no egu ye num for a reason digestion no a where the way nyanka ho asem ne digestion why you digest your aduane no. The tia ne say start with your num. We no na digestive organ, digestive juices na what we num no. Doctor na be kind din nyina start ye aduane no ho adwuma ansa na akọ yam. Enti se wa blend na wa noma wa miss digestion na wo num no. Eduru wo yam ano sa digestive or juice so na wo yam no so ye different. Na start ye ho adwuma. Enti nim na hu research bi e kire se o miss digestion na wo num no a heti bibia na de nim ne se ebra me start se me yam me fruit no na me manum no me num wie ya first na me di fruit na me we vegetables no sa no na eche ansa na koma de me ba se si a me blend no me num a enche na kom de me na wo se me kodidi na me hu se me weight no a move from 125 to 127 after na me call 130 we weight is so costly and say body mass index our brunifra no BMI no and also costly so benya diabetes and heart disease in so BMI no netre BMI no your indication of how close I walk towards heart attack and diabetes. Intimi ya mediane ameno me nom wie ya na kom sande me. That was some sako di me who said me wait no costro. Inti say de maya ne say me twitwa na me nka wo me sena no ba bia ya me ya wo nyam feti wie no na me de ahye me num no ho na ma wesa. Afa kwam ta ne me biem te sesa. Inti ya me said de wo kano the American say a combat de one tem. Inti so betumi a control weight no while I will blend it with vegetables ni with fruit na and no me problem be out but me blend it me dia no me seno bass na me blend no na ma me tied din 10 na me weight no I start say a quarter was 130 pounds. But se no na be ma what di fruit na ma me a me patch okoso.
You know, I say I have me lunch in mo
aya.
Yeah, the side of it me.
Yo, only time me tiase.
Yeah. That's super, doctor. Okay, doctor, I have a quick question. I think it's the last year or 2 years ago, research came out. Health Canada had a research bar out. Who say there is a correlation, like a positive correlation between pesticides any neurologic diseases, to say Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, it's going up. Canada now, say Canada took interest in it because I had a publicly funded healthcare system. Now, make kind of baby, of course, and yet research paper, but a blog or something say. Ode to say the says de salt and I say vinegar wash your vegetables now because in say vegetables they say leafy greens name those ones now were thin na pesticides ni bitimi SCP into the fruits and vegetables no into does using vinegar and I say brine solution salt solution to wash some these fruits and vegetables. Since I does it help us to reduce the pesticide levels now? And I say phytochemicals now can fight your chances of having some of these diseases as we are eating more fruits and vegetables now. Yeah, these pesticides are sprayed. So now.
I know you're very difficult question and Crawford bisa the bia also bisa. Na said ya mekan ye no. Ghana kra na yeso omo de bibi e friend DT. And now omo de egu en no so en hahama no so. Emma affect and Crawford health. Na sa question no Crawford bisa the bia. deɛ mɛka wɔ ho ne sɛ ɛyɛ difficult yɛsi yɛn ankasa yɛni fruits and vegetables ɛna Dr. B. I am reading a research or women, the friend is saying Dr. David Ross. And you might be Brian in Ghana community show no ni see this na matter me reading na me tie the orkan. And I know what can say. It's difficult for yen say you be who say aduane we pesticide idea guso no enya na bibi. And hono na yen ye de ho to Jesus so say. Or see any fruits and vegetables so no. Ye be di. Ye ni nuane a ebe ma ye yare no. But at the same time no, ye spray some vegetables in there na ye. And o si ye nye de ye betumi no. Na ye mfa de aka no emme Nyankopon. And I know suggesting so say na ye free Ghana aba ha no. And ye impossible sa apartment a ye titimu yi. Afa ni ye betumi akoye backyard garden. Na ye dua ye nneoma nyina. Untumi so nnua vegetables ni nyina bebree. Eno nti de ya me ye ne se me come online na me hwɛ companies na omu dua nneoma no te say avocado me hwɛ ba bia ye dua no ne nneoma omu farming practices na me hwɛ say oh okay meto nnuane a ya label no from aha na say me ntɔ de ye di free Central America eba woman regulations no enye good ne metaye sa but no be boa me media me yire me ho say me di fruits and vegetables I mean hwe say Nyankopon be protect me from these pesticides because me ye dia me to me na me de enkaye amano no na my 7-day Adventist ye wo upper hand because ye wo Nyankopon bia o san hwe yen so on top of the ye ho say ye. But our question is a very good question. The answer no, minyenhu the perfect answer. The me ya ne say me hwe companies na omu duane manu ne omu farming practices ne the was semi pesticides say so wo kokoro enuma ni bi o ho a chemicals ni bi o ho a wo kokoro a ekọ ebi so o ho a wo kokoro a enko enti me hwe pesticides no na me read about chemical no na me hwe enoma e ma feel bi o ha wudi a na ma wonu mo keka I be so o ha wudi a na ma yefunu ma na ne mo keka me hwe side effects no na me kotobi bia me I listen to my body to see say e bia me feel sa then I stay away from it. But a very difficult process to go through. A very difficult to manage. And nothing near train say Jesus and Branton because BBN has to say, yeah, perfect. Am I?
Yo, with the Kakram the veteran said, in general, no plant foods, no plant any fat. Pesticides most of the time I had concentrated in fat. And then not only the fruits and vegetables, also chemicals, even in the animal industries, you know. And so we use a lot of pesticides and chemicals. So raise chicken, turkey, in the tree, a kunkum. So and now saying because there's a lot of fat, you know. You're not fat, you know, accumulate chemicals into a woman check. But plant foods, you know, most of the time, pesticides, not on the surface. You don't seep into the food because need fat. It is all home ye now. Most of them put me washing off. And advice about Okotoba over 2 or 3 times and Sunday dear, and me a better. Ghana Yinana use chemical advance because the tear cross or Ghana, no, it be a stream or honoma near one end of the stream, via the north, no, yakot. DDT a good stream, near Jina South, or not fishing a wound, yes, you are doing all this in Ghana. In Ghana, chemicals and it is supposed to your home to. And in Ghana, no, it's not said there's no regulation, be a dope. But I say, no, because of the threat of lawsuit near the Indiana industries, we are very careful to research via Bandom who said chemical we also we are. then they try to shy away because they say currently because there's a lawsuit against DuPont, and so almost weed are not use chemicals a woman cause certain type of cancer. DuPont track to they amount for compensation. Because of that, industries only are very careful. Say, who say there's a hint say pesticides we are not a chemical will cause cancer, then they stop using because so some years later, no for baby see mama boka. I see in the crowd a regulation in Tiano or me a careful, but baby is a gun no. Ubi a Diana cotton street moon at the cry. A bianese got a crown obedient channel where be a watch a color will now a flies no you got a many of the sea a zalia. Into at least Hano cried a better, but in United Yankupon a boy home by. Say chemical no crowd will be on my Yankup. God has a way to turn things around. Sabi Yankofa Yare Emre.
That's the doctor. Ma Adelaide and Sour Show. Pacho,
Go ahead, Pacho.
Oh, okay.
Doctor, name is Sedamasi. The question here about what kind of water wants them. It is more 2 questions. Or they didn't kind many channel for you, Jumapa. Now, who's someone no? Yeah, who tells almost someone hot water. The person who says a new code, difference, and I feel so. How much is good? Because we were just be a medical, we did breakfast with Fiana Pansana Mako, but a 1.9 liters. Me nom eno anopa na me ye lunch so a masan nom tim 2 emo be 3 no 3:30 na ma nom ni me nyina wi but me be fia na dwono kura na me nam nyina no me hu se me sori ko washroom sa anti me se me hu se eye anase bia me nche so kakra
Madam answer man was it so enti ensuo no me kura na maye me slide na me hwe no nsuo no ma me nka exact amount a almost say ye nom no so we ye oba e was so nom 3 liters a day we ye oba we ye bema e was so nom 3.5 to 4 liters a day until we ye right on target 1.9 no a nom no you're getting exactly what you need. Enti meda wasese woni wo nsuo ho sa na eyi de ema wo dwonso anadwo no ne se na wonum nsuo pi no nso so no number 1 toxins na wo honam mu na wo antibodies no try so mo be fight no wo mu kunkum wo mu wi a e wo se wo body no get rid through or kidneys ne eba out as Johnson. Inti nsuo no boapa. Ena antibodies na bone marrow no produce no so. Nsuo no na dey circulate wo honam mu. Ti bibia wo wa hoden. Ena chemicals bia stay wo honam mu enche. Na eyi de efa Johnson na wo Johnson anadwo no ho ne se. E bia nsuo na wo nom no bi. Wo nom no close to bedtime. Anopano dia wonum na ye pa enti ebribia wonuma anopano number say 2 cups and 2 glasses na what the breakfast enum nsuo no close to or breakfast and as lunch no wonum no anopapa ansa na wodidi wi a wo twen be 30 minutes to an hour no starting num nsuo no more wonum wi a na dinner time no we aduane kakra bi ansana wakoda enti ensuo no time a wanom no emedru be yet say 2 to 3 hours 3 to 4 hours before wakoda enti me fan say wonom no be last one no be 4:30 a ebebo be 7 no to 9 no na wodjon so bebre obekwa akoda 9:30 to 10 no ehọ no ensu Johnson and new be brave, but one nsuo no 2 hours later na ya na e produce urine at the mouth. Until so one before 2 hours before our koda Ebenyane wa ma wako Johnson so. Yehia se wo so unya good deep sleep. Inti bomode ansa wo ma nsuo na wo nom na nye close to bedtime. China for na wo no mo ye adwuma no. Omo ta no mo nsuo hye. Se ebrochire ha wo ha. So wonum cold water bra wo mu a wo body no nsuo bi a wo benom no it change to body temperature and sana absorb nsuo no. Enti se wonum nsuo no hye te se de nkrofo nom coffee no a body no was say cool no down and sana absorb. Wonum no nyunyu was say heating no up. Enti Ellen White say bibia ye bedi ana ye benom no ye mani close to body temperature. Body temperature no te say tap water ya warm no kakra bi sana body temperature no etie te say we check o temperature level temperature no a wo benya no sana wo se wo nsuo no enya de nti Ellen White cancer ne say o pese wo num wie ya na hwa body no absorb nye safi na body no be spend the time e cool nsuo na sana absorb na say a warm no up. Say ye too cold, bu or what in so be of venom just say ice, ashe mumma, or no ma body no be heating up and sun absorb. Or be so what to say China for venom ne she, but this a cool down, yem and sun body now absorb. By Ellen White, it say, ye num de ye close to your body temperature. So I num yana body no it go so absorb no right away to use.
The medical trust say heat in general is good for respiratory health, say upper airways. Say what means when your baby is cold. One of the best remedy for cold is say if you are one baby ashi. Anytime you have no baby ashi and also being heavy, even steam. Emma tissues are what unhumani were no meaning in an ashi, case why congested. It losing secretions in an. It makes it easy for you to drain secretions. And I say, well, chest prana, it loses secretions and now utim ubawa, no what you mean, expectorate to clear or airways. It is a when you colder, the worst thing I saw is cold water. Ukonum be now heat here. I know you're better. It's a, in fact, it's a why congested. Now could you not shower now turn hot water and then it goes to sana but say a clear maybe o bow now we a chronobana ultimate home. Yabeka wo Ghana no se bia wo yare a number of fond on ye say ye no so hye ye de a gu bia bucket me near de akonwa si nchen near de watena so ne ye de a blanket and answer to makuru won e omugina ho ye ma wo sorry na now is the steam steam is very good for respiratory health. So why you're congested when you're cold bowa next steam it loses secretions thing in our man it drain him out it clear airways. So what you person take a shower no could not sink no now turn hot water no on now ubutu ukauchi a coffee now steam now very very good. And the same process now is would drink it hot water very good for respiratory health.
Okay. Mr. Odro. Mr. Odro in South.
Yes, Juliet Mpacho Emia Medase. Mepacho ma any da yadamwasi bebre kwa onyame inshiramo and some be pensing mama. Mepacho meme question ni jina fruits and vegetables non-genetic modified ones no. Me pese me who say before ne ba foforo no na inipa nyina ye huru ho no na ukọ marketer ya na atregu ho either GMO or not. But nowadays no it's not there anymore. Limited. And you know utobe fear na wa utwa apu no ma na hu sa apu we de nyine nyame aye. And you know me pese me hunu say see a costa how will we differentiate now na mu lebu bi mu no. And afen so no say bia ye hu kra na si yedi a ye be fi ne be ho na yedi a long term effect on our body. I say it's okay me researcher abaso sense by medase.
A good question, pa. Non-modified, vegetables ni fruits no na nnuane ni nyina no se womun lebo no biem me obekaya be 7 years ago womode news articles be brave news no so saying here see a label bill because FDA for no I can say either say ye organic and I say ye organic enti so ube to me they are organic na there strictly and ye modified and nunti almost starting label no organic and non-organic nunti no say one here so label say modified genetically modified and I say sir into cost on as you say they are required to label say aha say organic side aha non-organic nti ya na me no ya me tie code organic no because me not sure the any organic no which of them they genetically modified adiana say na personally me so am been reading research be about it but personally no me can say nyankopon bo bibina so bi so akwa modify no genetically bia the way it was say compound so na was a product no man learning up naturally na bia a change enti this me corner dia me hwehwe no organic version no ni hodia na ma to bia na me de me ho ahye awrade nsa back say organic version no wo ho a obi antumi mfa organic no the annual organic because of restrictions no name almost certifications ninti I can't say organic just say organic and you modified ninti when I am meko but what can your mama attrima advances so say it was here to make read it up near who say genetically modifications now or more yen. What exactly happens to the food product mean to me Kwame will be
the only yen say in the Western world, especially American man, everything is driven by economics. Sikantina, omo yes and yamanina. And it's say be a what would your tomatoes na more be baby tomatoes and say o must sell with Diana. Then at the end of the year and about time I will harvest tomatoes now. Unya sika do draw visa person be destroy the product. Into what the agricultural scientists decided to do, they say, or more effort the genetic material and say, yani genes and a man's genes, they say, yeni pedria. Into more genetic material, no more or time, sebea, resistant to the pesticides. I mean, pets. And to some more gene, say, and one crabano muntimin said, that's one of their objectives. And secondly, modify genetic material, sebea, I do so be say, would ya tomatoes back when a bebo munua, it be about 10 times. Sebea, when you more from the plant. So these are their two objectives they try to accomplish. Sebea, a bear resistant to pets. And I say a bit produce more. And banning in actually, a BB as the assistant in Yankopon Abo. Into ye name the Ochinabi Yarekora at the Beba. Yami de Bibia or ye biano, there's a reason behind it. Into say a idea you bet me a DBB and yet genetically modified now. Maybe they me funny say I know you better. But say ye our circumstances and I know ma a home yentimi need na say did the genetically modified that because ye hon say addition yamensa bibia nyankopon amaye in church as ye twe ho free ho no we the yentwe ho free na do se ye ne na in everything in moderation na nyankopon na so ne bebo ye ho ban but the more objective for modifying the food no in economic reasons so be to become resistant to pests. Now if you increase the yield, and yeah, and you are not quite more modify genetically. And more necessary chicken we turkey in Kusia, Nina, genetically modified. Kusiani be offer Bonasha Kalana. versus a beer who's a canon different. And in no more modify Sabia Akokono Ebio Batu say 3 or 4 times as Sanya Kuna, you putting out to bear 200 times. In Sabia on me generating more produce. No umanya sika. That's a objective behind it. But you need the baba dachi, but made them from them between saying the Yakupa, no, you dear no mama, and no yes said what has been made by man.
Right. Okay, Elder from Pong.
Okay. Juliet, okay,
Madina.
Yeah. Okay. So, Doctor, I don't want to pay, I don't want to sit and read. Ne in Humua, Mutiama. Me go 2 questions. But for me, Ankasa, na ba ko say general observation. Me Ankasa me dear no for na sleep na start at the can ho asem. For 7 stra make say bro 10 years menna enya dia me that more than 3 hours a night. Me nra enem say me koda say me dwene anase me personal problem bi na me dey run nem say me koda, but say 11 na me koda ya ana 10 na me koda ya me niti 1 that's it me na biom, but metimi adam pem kum a relax, but say me ni kum say obi si wada no there bi ena sa 3 hours so kra madan enye deep phone bomu a mefa anase meti se phone abom. And because who say a bit my best a genetic, because I think my mommy was a problem. If you gonna buy 2 weeks, let me just like to or to no can the same story to me say on that. It's me and 4 no so no opera. I'm say I was sister me no. Because who say a bit my genetic. And now say my doctor also say monopause so it's me cause sa no nti sa duane be na metumi adi a betumi asesa saa you know, because I idea misro ne nsunsanso e wo me dat pa eno ye number 1. Number 2 no exercise ni circulation asma na wo kan me observation is say for the past 1 year the lockdown we are so was doing. It looks like say yet there was sorry them sorry na ya to djuma na ya to be ebi a be right service mu kwa sorry na ya chia ya move around the kakra ene ade ye wo fie as yet uti zoom no sa for the whole church service no we are ko break kakra the afternoon program so be to us start as yet na so no I am more the person who say e wo effect be your body use say it was for that Zoom church. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's it. So these are questions in you but first, started with first one, nano. And so with that 3 hours every night, me know yard me wo concern no one. Me so mental na be brave, but me won no maybe a me ya a boy me to me that at least 6 hours. If you are me to me nya 7 na. But 3 no more dear. Me cannot nyame anim no kremane say isa. Say e bia after Tuesday say about 3 hours now better bribia. Isa kakraka to me that even 2 more hours come on deep and know you better. Intinioma me me patcho me phone number not texting we email breme na me send this slide to be on sleep on kwamre and say wo faso a ebeboa by fidie so se beboa afoforo nti de meka say aya before we down take time off to relax. So we can your ma be brave bomb or a cobot time in coda. Time between time wo jai wo nneoma ye no ne time a wo koda na you too closer. Body no stress level no da ho high. This a stress level not but down kakra. Ama hormones so no a eboa sleep na start to say kicking in and sana wakoda. Ayati se uti yo ya no afatale no. And yes, I will num ya ekoto ye man na wana oh mitino na ekoi mitin me tipa energy. Ebe absorb na fe body no a start to say use a drew baby a friend peak level la afe na na tipa ye no ejai. Ebi kura don hwere ba ko ne fa. Sa na natie. Enti we busy too close to bedtime a ukoda ho a untume na. Oda so a wona no ye very shallow. Na hormones so a oda a produce soma a prepare for the next day no. Aya unye prepared. Na the entie bi a wo maame so yes na mugidi say nye hwe ne say. Your body no getting used to it. And no interest ye. Afen so. I was say a kwan be so utumi e fana utumi nya ena ye. Nti de obeye ne say. Ufiefo nyina be hu tama wo so wokoda. Ufiefo nyina wo be hu tama wo so wokoda. Me a very light sleeper. Enti doctor nimsa. Inti me koda me ne ya sorry wia unim se me koda enya dia me ma no kwan sa afi na me koda no okora ne shower no because unim se me sorry I mean to me na inti we work together inti okodware wie oye nneoma ebeye dede no wie ne bia ni paperwork no oye dia eno de enha me inti e wo se wo no fiefo nyina mo ye your friend is say plan ebe boa because you say wo Yonkoda oda e was so family ni nyina support o time a wada no ni sa afi no obi ne nam fie was so light me hwehwe we o when ehini e di we to ye me mpa boa me socks ye hwehwe nneoma time a wo koda no family mum plan obi e koda obi onye ready so koda no adwuma a wo ye whatever wo ye nye dede wow. After the down now no it was a light and a off. Yeah. Now a down so temperature no so yet normal for wo. Ye mu bebre kodana say a demo where she o dano no adano afi no sorry no you set na afi what you not on a brief beer cool o demo and son wakoda and cool abra wo cha wo atom because thermostat na be 30-20 minutes and sana e cool inti bia light enye off temperature na cool noise level no enko completely down nampo man so no wo edru anwumere bie to hwa na circulation no fa fresh and radem ho wo koda na watutum wo kase se untume na sister friend to me na phone no ringia na wafa no e was so phone ni nyina ye off bibia ni wiase obi be fra wa na adwo no nyankopon to me nye calls from Ghana nti me do me phone so no enti me ma no mo nim say this is emergency no mo be fra efie phone ye fie phone so ye mfa mo bia ye cell phone so no ye de mo bi me ne mo ka say fidie so bia ni me fie number me planning way nyina ahead to help me to improve my immune system. Sabaya me to me under Ghana calls no de wudi echira ade ebebo because time difference no sorry 8 o'clock me friend Auntie Gladys no afre and so I has say so afa na about 2 amanda enti say me phone me drum no say me ma no ne me nana wo mumu bi hia me a on be frɛ efie phone me ti fie phone me nim say enye ade a e wo se me da no ma sorry akofa ba efie phone me fa mo obia ni me fie phone number me manko ani nim enye se me tri mo de ana bibi but bi o ha ti se New York fo no kra ya no mo wura fi nti o sorry ya bo wa sorry serve oh me friend Gladys and son akwa adwuma enso wo frɛ no afi na na abɔ ha so ekobo 5 ne bia ne ref nti eno nti me dum me phone nti dum wo phone no dum light no lower temperature no 1 hour before awakoda eno ma eboa ne bi yen a yentumi na no me call gym no a me call no enwumere me nkwa no pa gym no me call enwumere said e be ya me circulation no ebe kicking in really high enwumere no me buy anu ma be take hot shower enwumere no me didi kakra bi aduane wo yam a wuntumi na deep than never adentia because your brain eno na regulate digestion no enti wo de wo da ho wo didi say wo body rest but wo brain no you awake. The brain has to finish the digestion before it can go to sleep. Enti say aduane wo yam na wo de kochia wo to wa enya ade a wotumi ada say aduane na ye fufuo dia ja wo ho 4 hours between time a wodi fufuo ne time a wo koda say ye emu bi ana say aduane ketewa bi ani fiber bebre a ja wo ho 3 hours but enwumere no de ya metadi ni me fruit no me di banana no ma wo mo up soy milk na ma nom 1.5 hours to digest wie na ma twitwiri me se ne aye ya sori na ma koda aduane ni wo yam a wo da deep baya na efie adwuma ba ya bre odi fufu ana wakoda enti ubon so sorry obetwi no mu sa se wabre because the body no relax say da ho but the brain no never rested because brain no regulate or digestion no ti say digestion na wie am aduane na move from your stomach across small intestines and sun brain na start to say rest it did close to bedtime. They did very light food. To say banana, be a say fruit, be a say punch, not be a fruit na why no not one, not waffy, wakakonanti, now a be jare, now ada. Inti all those things, yes, se beboa. Who started say we fair brow with the beda, the bear cacrebino. One family would na cry. It try natural remedies in here. Send to me na frame na yensan kan ho asem ba se see me nya wo email a me send a whole slide dealing with sleep on kwa.
Okay, so glad dine into it. I me a dine it's WhatsApp or yeah.
Oh, okay. You
and so no work on exercise no was now called no and not to me boama water exercise before bedtime no we now would take it for shower and need to me water and I was at the mesa de exercise Ghana calls no or because time difference no omunye considerate omo wonu besore no na be 8 hours and I 6 hours behind. Almost sorry, I know your phone, your friend. It's a one telephone off, not a phone. This is one. All those calls, no, especially while we are like sleeper. Call no banana fan and one won't miss hand up you. Okay, now the second question now about exercise. Say lockdown, how do we do exercise? Sebia, would you if you, I mean, I know that has been very difficult, but Sebia, if you know, if you know multi-level house, maybe I was stairs. Even running up and down the stairs and I don't quite see exercise. So what me I share be a walking shoes, maybe I offer many times in a day, and a form of exercise. Say 1 level prana, maybe I'm running around in your living room and I say walking, and I will wait, maybe I would walk around. Nina a form of exercise I wait me, especially say be I won't even go out. Because of the lockdown, exercise a bit me. And I said, be our exercise machine, say be a stationary bike. And I said, what do cheap? Now, watching you now say abdominal exercise. And I said, stretching. Nina a form of exercise of who fear prana which me aye. And yes, be a woko park and maybe a ball game, be an exercise. The other exercise are waiting even when you are confined to the house.
Yeah, Dr. Medasi, sorry, na if you did, na me person Mrs. Subia Pai say during a Zoom church na yes say no. I said my next check. And my next check. And tina me say be during a service time no. And ka organizers not something for no my to say they wow sorry them. If you are sorry, na sɛ dwom no koraa na obi na ɛto anka nyinaa no bi a yɛnsɔre nyina hɔ na asɛ yɛtena hɔ for the whole service time no about 4 or 3 to 4 hours no na mo bi a ɛno no affect your circulation no
you know you affect your circulation. So what you walk around now we to stretch your legs back and forth. So what to living room says yeah, to stretch your leg back and forth and so improve circulation and the all kind of yampa same penny for no ebia after a few hours because of yen stretch your home yeah and the all kind of yampa
Inti anakra say ya wo Zoom so yi ewo ho a moya asori anopa no ewo ho a na medum yen ye video no wonhu yen de na me ye ne say me ye me elbow pumps the freeway elbow pumps we ye ne say ya be say 50 times in about 5 minutes and no ye really good exercises and even though ye te ho no we still have control ube to me attend new video no off now we na ankle pumps so 9 tabno no what they call anymore the bus ye no 50 times it is said there 190 say quarter mile until ye elbow pumps any ankle pumps and na exercises what train will come for her no stretch will come no to say what do we need no share with as far back as you be to me no attend it to the other side. We do more video no ube to me I exercise be ube to me crowd sorry ejina ho now market time baby a wudina no we do more video no but so why exercise from Sunday to Friday wako konante said the American one Saturday no kwa wotna say 3 hours no kwa entumi how kesete say obia yenkwa sorry crowd the otiano ote wompeso oye exercise be enti bomodian say obey elbow and ankle pumps so what if akwa obe sorry no aye said they be improve circulation but the question no bring it up a very important point yeah that's so the number up
yeah amazing.
Okay, your time no copper, but I think say you better 3 questions. Before Elder Jima Beba, let me say Uncle Francis and Sa was show a check. Inti Yabema Uncle Francis a call. Na Elder Jima Waba. Sister Linda, question, that's all a question. And I say Dada Noa.
They don't pick me.
Sorry, I'll put my hand down.
Okay, so Uncle Francis, then after that, Elder Ofijima.
Yeah, I mean saying
What so
Oh, okay. Auntie Magiba call last.
It's a long time.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Juliet, me that's super great.
Auntie Magin Kasa San Makasa.
Okay.
Me pancho. Mr. Francis Nekasana me na do meeting.
Mr. Francis, Auntie Magiba.
Yo.
Okay. Julie, me that's super great. Doctor, my question on the one of medications, especially high blood medications, diabetic medications. The problem is that how long can one keep taking them? Is it even advisable to take them for life? What can one do to avoid taking all these medications?
That is a very insightful question. Do you want me to address this in English or Tree?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, Doctor.
It's a very insightful question. The point is, medications are not a panacea for any diseases. Every medication has a side effect. In fact, one of the most commonly used medication in this country is Tylenol. But Tylenol is the #1 cause of liver failure. It's the #1 medication that teenagers use to commit suicide. If you overdose on Tylenol and you don't get immediate medical attention within 48 hours, you will die. So every medication has a side effect. But industry is motivated by money. And their mindset is to design medications which will not cure a problem, but it will just minimize the problem, and you become a patient as long as you live. Now, there are certain things that you can take, steps that you can take on your own to mitigate your risk, so you're not hooked to the medication for the rest of your life. For instance, if you have high blood pressure and you cut down your salt intake, you lose weight. Those two measures alone can drop your blood pressure to a point where you might not need a medication. One, there's a blood pressure medication that we call a water pill. These are diuretics. What the diuretics do is to force your kidney to dump salt. Salt and kidney and salt and water go together. So anytime that you eat a lot of salt, you retain water, you expand your blood volume, then your blood pressure goes up. So when you cut down your salt intake and you lose water, your blood pressure comes down. So cutting down salt would decrease your blood pressure. Salt is ubiquitous, especially if you eat processed foods. Everything has processed salt, because salt prolongs the shelf life of the whatever food they have prepared. So they add salt to everything. If you go to a restaurant and they serve you the meal, it's loaded with salt. Once you eat too much salt, you retain water, your blood pressure goes up. So if you cut down your salt intake, your pressure will come down. If you lose weight, most of the time when you lose weight, you burn body fat. When you lose weight, your blood pressure will come down. Like I said, the two measures alone can bring your blood pressure down to a point where you may not need all the medications you are taking for blood pressure. That is, losing weight and cutting down your salt may take your medication count from, say, 5 medications to, say, 1. It is better. It's better to take 1 medication for blood pressure than taking 4, 5, or 6 pills. Now, with diabetes too, diabetics have insulin resistant, and that is tied to your weight as well. As you increase your percentage of body fat, you become resistant to insulin. So when you lose weight and you burn the fat, yeah, you improve your diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is curable with a combination of weight loss and exercise. As you exercise, the insulin receptors in the muscles are sensitized, so they absorb sugar from the blood. So your blood sugar level goes down with exercise. So losing weight by cutting down your caloric intake and exercising, the two alone can decrease your blood sugar to the point where you will not need the medication. And if there's no need for the medication, then you will just have to stop and withdraw them. Yeah, I understand your concerns that we don't know some of these medications, we don't know the long-term side effect, but you are not made to be taking medications all the time. So if you can take simple lifestyle steps, changes, and thereby you don't have to take the medication, is better than taking the medications for 50, 60, 70 years.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I really appreciate that. God bless you.
I have a little piece to add. When we were in Utah, the last 4 years I was at University of Utah, I was doing my research in diabetes. And I was doing the diabetes in the Pacific Islanders. That is the research I did to finish the PhD. So for 4 years, I was doing this research. And I found out that the Pacific Islanders, they are bigger. They have a bigger frame. So I went to sit in their homes to study them, to write my paper. What I found was that their diabetes medications were increased, and then they will take it for 1 year, and then it won't do the same. It didn't have the same effect. So then the doctor will increase it. And when they go to the level of dose that they couldn't increase anymore, then they changed it to a stronger medication, and then they continue to increase that dose until they got to the maximum allowed by the federal government, and then they changed it. So the people were showing me the medication bottles. Oh, Auntie Gladys, you know, I was on this medication and then they changed it to this. So it's been 10 years and they are on 3 different medications. So it never changed it. But the people who were started doing the exercise, who were losing weight and lowering their BMI, they started cutting down on the medication instead of going up. So like my husband said, you need to take lifestyle changes. You need to modify your lifestyle with the hope, with the plan to get off the medication, not to increase it. Whether you stay on it for life or whether you get off the medication is actually, fortunately, within your control. Type 1 diabetes, you have to take medication. You were born with it. There was something wrong with your pancreas. So type 1 diabetics, they have to take insulin. Type 2 diabetes is you got it because you were not exercising, you were stressed, you were gaining weight. And like he said, every time you increase your body weight, the ability for your body to absorb your own insulin decreases. So you get to a point where you are insulin resistant. So now they have to give you a pill that is not insulin because your body weight is not allowing your body to, your insulin receptors are all closing down with the body fat. So the body fat is what is closing off the insulin receptors. So up to a point, the insulin receptors have all damaged, and you have to take pills like, what do you call it? Metformin and all these other pills. But as soon as you start losing weight and exercising, the insulin receptors will open up again so that they will come back and become alive and absorb your insulin again. Your pancreas is not, there's nothing wrong with it. You're producing insulin, but the body cannot accept it. It cannot absorb it. It cannot use it because of the fat closing the insulin receptors in the body. So type 2 diabetes that many adults have is reversible. You can reverse it. So I'm hoping that nobody will claim type 2 diabetes and say, my diabetes or my medications, you can get rid of it.
Right. Madam Margaret,
me pamcho me question no me ansa na enti metime wie no sia de di kan no aye exercise no wo kan ye mpanifo ne yakọ adwuma anopai yes aye adwuma so factory na me bisa se wo ye adwuma factory ye adwuma ne ye work ene moving enti ye kọ ne ye ba ne moving no so here say ye exercise be mu na exercise na ehemu a e wo adwuma ebremu no yana ya question de edikai de tosu mienu so mi obi ananka anwumra mi mtai ne aduane emu do fruit na midi obi ka chem se anwumra fruit na midi no contain sugar e ma me anaju nte se ye di bibia ye fruit ana se fruit bia no e ma sugar nte se ye di sugar anajo ana anwumra bibisa se so de nipa ne ka no e no kresa de tosu mi ensa no so mi bisa ne ye ye immune system first and ye de hu ne say almost akakadro suwisa prekese mu nyina eboa ma ye immune system no cost doctor aka vegetable no fruit wanka saa nneɛma na bisa sɛ so saa nneɛma no ɛyɛ anaasɛ ɛnyia anaasɛ ɛboa yɛ immune system no mensɛm bisa mmiɛnsa no mepatwɔ ma no asi.
Okay, Sister Margaret, your questions are not by late, but you're very, very important. There will be saying, you be and I was here can't once and by to me uncover. Exercise, Nadia na walk cano. Ni tear tremo and say. So we pay Jumana walk up and down. And answer would na bus stop will be fabas a Jumana would dimrika for fabas. Yen counting in as part of exercise. Movement is good for your body. It's better for you to move around at work than will be a man so permanent into what if I and I say if you be home into what if I can't send me a me to office and yeah mammy cry because me nurses no taking care of patients no. It's very bad some but what they are now walk up and down a good movement, a bema lose weight. However, so we fear exercise in the meaning they say, we set a time be apart. Now we concentration in what's our activity no so. We were juma we so ye factory juma. We brain no body no move, but we brain no ewo juma no so we ye nyome build the nyome be see anymore. Enti eno ye movement. But doesn't qualify as exercise. In two kofia, it was scientific. It take 25 to 30 minutes aside. Now, konantia, we focus on just relaxing the body. In tia no the American tia no. Sugar no so dear no a yampa. So what diabetes da already you're a diabetes patient dear. Main cancer numero. Kofa blueberries, any banana, any strawberries in the sun, kodini nyina enumere no nakoda. Oba sorry no. Now fasting blood sugar no high. And more blood vessels, no one said diabetes damage blood vessels. Emma, one here ya ube lose toe and now foot and now leg because a damage blood vessels no now cut it down circulation. Are there diabetes no because sugar no ye higher the body mono. Presentations Emma diabetes patients. Yeah, the general populations. And tisa wo diabetes dia wo meal planning no ye different wo frame me am no be can one sem extensively wo do wo email bremia me send it diabetes prevention and asset management slides be bre am prepare go am present me send the abro bibia wo be frame me nya time ne wakasa. Nti the year can ye come a general population, young come our more diabetes, say ya. Enuntino, the ube diana drabema or fasting blood sugar number below 112 and now 100, you know. It was only doctor neka. But the year can say, did it be brave for breakfast? A year did the medium, and you made the crab in your fruta, a bed digestive say yano. And no air for the general population. And immune system, no, they are all kind of spices and your friend is saying, kakadrone, precassan and your nutrition value. But nina a with vegetables and until the answer that answer mono. To say me say me yet abumuna. Me yam jane no ne jena ha green onions so ne we no me the garlic ne ginger no me di nyina afra na ma yam ni nyina ka vegetables no ho enti no ni nyina a lot of phytochemicals enti ye betumi a clarify say ya nshada munidi but spices ni nyina so ye vegetables.
That's be great.
Amen.
Okay. You have a final question from Elder Iriana Bompaye.
Me experience I mean America found say sorry a year in Zoom. So I'm telling you now don't know Pastor don't call any program no. Tell my dad, I try one if you program when you are program, sorry free. Now, me con a so now me con a and I screen so tell me, and affect your eyes. So, diabetes is a person me coming as I experience me cause the same Marie now me as project manager. Now, me call na me advise more monum coffee no. Now me no hot chocolate na or na me no for. Me so me to computer nim. So, se me ko site and two car call site I mean na mo sa no ma saba. Di be fia enyumre no me exercise but me wo office wo na me adwuma. This say me num nsuo no. Na me num hot chocolate ni more. Me ti wa na ya no ma coffee ma ko hot chocolate ma be num. Omo num coffee na me say oh don't drink coffee. Coffee this Today, doctor, me call ya doctor was my friend. What sugar no cost. So, enti or prescribe no man, na be man say me no no. Enti me say me exercise. Enti me control computer ni mo say me exercise be boa me. So, yo mami bi o friend Baba O'Neil, me try tie no pa about the health O'Neil our Australian. And all kinds about highly intensive interval training. Inti me jina fa ku 2 minutes ka be 30 seconds se ne obi pam me no so I say what the crama be pam me 2 minutes kan sa 30 seconds no ma jai no ma rest be 90 seconds no ma yem ye no be 7 times and sana bakujare but before say my yes ade no so no me num nsuo mo glass jog bi o it's as I measure and it's about almost half liter no man no to both be sweaty so Timi yes, no, I won't say about from bar. So, and we got to machine be rebounder. So, maybe as a doctor more once a become, on say a bois with a lymphatic system. Now, me were bone pain. Mohana say, may you know, machine, no, or the Comoana must any more to make a crown a cock. So, me ko fa Ghana ayi bi na me twitwi so na we say na me ba Adelaide no send me na me twitwi so I want na corner ba enti me come can say lymphatic system no say and cleaning your system no eboa enti me yes rebound no e ka ho anopa me ya both me body no I say compromise cleaning your cells in the benefit exercise I mean exercising the cells. But who says sap bone, pain is gone. My wife, he said, my wife, or papa, or papa, or and you may or better, or 10 minutes to 20 minutes. So, me 10 minutes in because told me, me that is abofra. So, me that is abofra. I'm saying, hopefully, baby bounder. I said, I collect soon. Now, the tone, so now we say, but I wear no other. So, the woman my say he say, oh, no cells, no, a generated some baby almost be a team order. Yes, I did not, because my 6 hours in Nadia made that about moment, made that first, come in now, Bob Luka Canimaniani. So, by me torn ma 6 hours, dear, I get it. So, rebound that machine. Any boy I think I cried there, but me just say it's very good. But yet, my year for almost 4 months now. I mean, who say very, very, very good. And my wife, idea, anopa, and then you may.
Now, what blood sugars and what happened?
Hot chocolate.
Oh. And now, some prices of blood sugar and they bad down.
A bad down has a home machine. You want me to measure my barber below 5. So,
yeah. Exercise. Type 2 diabetes here, lack of exercise and increased body fat. In fact, you was solid state now. My patient be now weigh 360 pounds. Now when you heart attacks one after the other, into one day or banner, we recommend the man's uncle Wima. Wima one of the Adventist institutions on promoting lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 months, no program, exercise. Or now, would mean 19 for even 200 feet without stopping to catch his breath. okodi 9 months oba na the weight not drop off from 360 to 180.
Wow.
Or kono no take 8 pills for diabetes oba na diabetes medication in na o jai because lose weight in na the diabetes na echo. Into type 2 diabetes there we exercise now burn no body fat and you just promote your natural mechanism to use insulin and sugar. Into diabetes no go away. Now there's a point as a year and so that we try to a point of no return could do point to be a like I said your cells receptors are damaged. It do also the next what's starting your complications, kidney failure, neuropathy. Now so we when in our year exercise now we burn our body fat. Now also improve receptor function. The diabetes will go away. You don't need to stay on medication.
Boy, ma, tell me, I mean, lift me high, to a very high rate. And I mean, yes, highly intensive, you come on, no book, 30 seconds, we are, I have to gasp for air. Yeah, my family breath, and I am no man, no, my son, 30 seconds, 7 times every morning, evening, we are bouncing, and so, boy, the bomb, is doing good. That's very true. Being so New York, but I was getting the diabetes. So, yeah.
Okay. Yada Nyankopon ase pa say ene ode Dr. Michael ne Dr. Gladys Jepuku abe de ya sorry ha. In fact, ene yasua niema bebre we have benefited so much. Sa consultation we anka yebetua sika bebre ansa na yensa beka. But nyame adum nti we've gained it free of charge. Na me de ya me debit brain say asem omo kan ye nyina omo de nyame asem e bake asem a ye kan nyina ye kan bibia free Bible nim na ye nim say nyame asem so e man kwa nti no say ye de ye adwuma e be boa ye bebre na asem ba ko a o kan ya ye me de pa ne say say you're putting Nyankopon in charge. Like nothing is best than putting God in charge. Into no yemfa Nyankopon and take charge in our lives. Na yenyi negativity na free ya brabum. And stress be free ya brabum. Na mi jidi say Nyankopon kwa ode ma yenyina ye wo line so no. Yebe disa emre no e wasasi so na ye de nasem akobe bia a esese eko. Inti Dr. Dr. Michael Ejepoku ne Dr. Gladys Ejepoku we the heritage asafo mijina women's ministry any heritage asafo na anena ya damu asibebre say you took time out of your busy schedule to come to share this wonderful message with us. Nyame shamu bebre na dia mo hwe wo ye ho bia no on shamu anemu china mo sorry na say mo radio and I say mo bia na ye damase bebre for everything that you have shared with us enne. Inti no the manube si ahase before I ever born no if there is any announcements I think say Ochina Women's Ministry ebe share your normal time no na impeni for say announcements bi wo no ma na yebetimi a share before yebe born na ya identity
yo me doctor na even na me down was here you know kasa ya wada no the way I'm receiving me was very, very beautiful. And the crowd, yes, our common relationship be somewhere along the line of it. Yeah. How to kind of Jima, I'm no more. You see me dinner of Fijima. Oh, they are a year. So, dear, I Jimano, Munim, no, name Papa, when Papa Busia, or they are from Kukufu, somehow along the line. Yeah. Maniaji, in a Mishram.
Amen.
For Omankwa Nemo and sorry penny for Nemo. Listen, I'm in charge of the women ministry. Them are Wadama and It's not your papa, me, only a bear mammy, your mukum, your media. That was it. In someone with a man, a mission on Mamu in Jimmy Brebe.
Amen.
Because as you give, the morning, I miss away. Or the mamu. Yeah, the was in Yamishram. Yamishram. Then you bring so empire ball all night or any out for joint into more obia in home frame. Yo, Yamina Montra.
Amen.
Okay, into elder.
You know, so my request was a doctor, Mammy Gladys Casano, I said that she may be a doctor for a Bianca, obey your heart, a young you mamma. The mistress said, Wall Street, come on in Casamayana, a debut when you tell me, I'm more for appointment to Marana, or church and a heart attack, as they say, come in papa.
Head a department, I'm more logo or more you must schedule me. Any doctor and Casana, baby, of his obitting the action. Indeed, any doctor Becassa, no one my baby a quantity done near her say, emitting Bibia Ashawa, and Teche, my God is my number of me on my friend.
Amen.
The
point elder.
Okay, into elder Fiji Mampacho over my closing prayer.
Thank you. My interest. Enaja osoro nyamitum for opatampa enwumre wamfa bibia isie nyansa nimidie omana ahwiegu yanso bebre wonam omaso ukan no James sene ohia nyansa ne nimidie omusaw and yamuda mai my full package my adwene mu ahome my akoma mu home my nipadua ne mu home no my honhom nso home se de ani beto nyameso wasem and omagina so e de amay ye da wase yesre woni se na ye tiefo kwa ma yemfa asem no emobra emfa trans enhye odi konkon na nmunyam na yasetira mpo ebetimi aka asem akira foforo se homedafo e de omohwom nipa dua so yi ye tima chance wonyame asem na waka wonyame na bo nipa dua no na onma ye ho nimtie esade doctor ni yere edomu show nsa da wo mase se kosoa ni shira omo enya se le Paul kan wo se de ma me de sempa ne man kofo ne ma enya kwagye a na omo so no edomu pom den show nsa edomu adwene mo madwene emuda ho adwene a emuda ho ne apom den ma wo mo asomdwie wo mo sitram se ya wo mo sitram be ye fe na afi asemi o meka bia ne so masetena ayadansi die amaye eda wase anwumre homedai washira yemebre washira wasan dia ko edin eni ntra dada o Kristo wodimu amen
Amen. Amen. Yamin sha ubia se ubia timi ever line so at this time I can't mispa.
Amen. You need to me one re.
You want share so amen.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, Mobia bye bye.
Bye, Daddy.
Ayi ama.
Daddy.
Na ayi no okunu empire no ye atwa for Zoom no number ayi na say.
Oh. Daddy but you say my friend over.
So omo ye flyer. Em be be was. Okay.
Daddy mpacha flyer ne so.
Na me.
Yeah, I'm so flyer so for 8 o'clock. You bet share 8 o'clock, Daddy.
Yeah, go up on 11.
8 to 11, Pacha. And they extended day.
It's so tight.
Yeah. So it's not Sunday until at least you bet me arrest a cry. Now maybe share and day. Yeah. Yeah, Daddy. Yeah. Our line is on 8 o'clock, Daddy. Okay, bye.
Bye.